Thunder, 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 ThunderCats, ho!
Ho!
Hey, Wolfpack, we are back with another surprise tier list. Okay, there we go. Making sure we can be heard.
Yeah, gotta hear double.
Certainly better than that crappy reboot ThunderCats Roar. Remember that was a thing, Wolf?
I remember.
Made by the creator of Pickle and Peanut.
And also that Aquaman show that never launched.
Alright, making sure we can be heard, making sure no ads are annoying people. Hello? Alright, looks like everything's working. Alright, hey Wolfpack, we're back with another surprise tier list. Once again, we're going to be talking about ThunderCats, but joining me is my sibling, Wolf.
Hello.
Want to clarify, we did not get Ted Wolf, the creator. We got Wolf, my brother, head of Wolf Entertainment.
God, imagine if we got Ted Wolfo.
Yeah, then our channel would go
That'd
up.
be kick-ass.
That'd be kick-ass. Really want to interview him one day. Alright, we're talking about ThunderCats, specifically the 2010s anime ThunderCats, the good reboot. We recently binge-watched the show, and yep, it's still awesome. I love it. Wolf likes it. I think Wolf still does kind of love it.
I do love it. I've just, on rewatch, I've noticed small issues that aren't, like, deal breakers for me, but it's just kind of hard to not notice them.
Right, but we'll be talking about them because we're going to be judging each and every character from the 2011 show. Got all the major players. Sorry, some small characters, side characters, and one-shots did not make it on this tier list. I know Wolf wanted to talk about Jeffrey Combs' Soul Sever.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool, but we got all the main ones, all the cats, all the characters who've appeared in at least more than 2 episodes and had plot-relevant roles. Got all the cats, all the generals, Mumra, Lino, all the key players are here on this list. And we'll be ranking them all from top best to bottom worst. Making sure people show up, making sure my thing is working. Yeah, sorry folks. Weren't planning to stream today, but then some people wanted us to talk about something this weekend. I was binge watching some Scooby content, but still haven't finished it yet. Making sure people can see us. Yeah, for some reason the live stream isn't coming up on my home channel on my iPhone.
Okay, that's weird.
Right, I'm hoping I didn't accidentally private the stream. It shows up here in the playlist.
Okay.
But yeah, making sure people show up. Okay, so yeah, some people seem to be showing up. I'm gonna try it one more time.
Okay.
Sorry, Wolf.
I'll try using mine.
See if it comes up. Yeah, it's not coming up at all when I look at the home feature, so I'm hoping people can see the stream. Though we might just not have that many ThunderCats fans in our audience. But I'll go over the rules. We'll be talking about all the characters, who's good, who's bad, who's in between. Ranking them all from top best to bottom worst. Oh, you see it now?
Yeah, it's showing up.
Okay, just not showing up on my phone. Alright, so up top we have Love. These ones are S tier, the great ones, the perfect 10 out of 10s, the iconic cast members of the ThunderCats franchise. I love them, fans love them, Wolf even loves them. We have a lot of love for these characters. They're going up top, inappropriately titled Love. Underneath that we have Very Good. These ones are A tier, pretty good. Gold standard characters definitely. Might have a flaw or two, something we didn't like about this character, a nitpick basically, but they're still very good. They're definitely an A-tier character. Right smack in the middle, we have Good. These ones are fine. They're passable. Came in, did their job. Definitely entertaining enough. They're good for what the role they had in the story and the show overall, but I would not say they're my favorite of all time. Underneath that, we have Whatever. These ones are meh, lame, they're alright, kind of underwhelming, didn't really have a huge positive or negative impression about them, they're just kind of generic, mediocre, they're whatever. And at rock bottom, we have Hate. These characters are awful, 0 out of 10s, total losers, would not recommend them, they do not have a fan base, and honestly, we might not see any in Hate, because this show was so good.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the characters we had. Was there any character you hated?
I honestly don't think so.
Thought you didn't like Ponzi, but I thought he was kind of charming.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we'll be ranking them all.
Ponzi's not even on here.
I know, he was a one-shot. He was supposed to come back, I found out.
Of course.
A lot of characters were supposed to come back come season 2, but tragically never happened. So, for those of you who don't know, ThunderCats had a kick-ass reboot in the 2010s, specifically 2011, where they were going to reintroduce ThunderCats for a whole new audience. We basically got an alteration in their origin, but there was a ton of love letters and tributes to the 80s show. The people who worked on this were really passionate. They kind of gave ThunderCats, I would say, an Avatar-esque makeover.
Definitely.
It definitely felt like that. Chosen one destined to save and unite the world. Only there were no elements in this. It was basically different species. And yeah, we got to see all the characters reinvented in this whole new universe. Lino undergoes his basically journeying to manhood, becoming a good and noble king, recruits a bunch of friends, fights a bunch of enemies, combats the evil Mum-Ra and the ancient spirits of evil, trying to guide Earth down a brighter path, while Mum-Ra seeks to conquer the Earth, being the complete polar opposite and evil king, leading to a lot of wacky characters, misadventures, and so on and so forth. Wolf, how did you feel about this reboot?
I honestly do think it did a great job adapting it for a much newer, slightly older audience, I think. This was definitely more geared towards teens and maybe those who had grown up but are now adults.
Right. Might have seen the show, gonna pass it on to their children.
And honestly, the opening of it is fantastic with just laying how dramatic it will be. Eventually it does soften, unfortunately.
Right. I do like how the rhythm is an exact copy of the 80s theme. That was pretty epic. I really love this show. I bought it all on Blu-ray, so I own the entire series.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still think it's good. Chitara is my favorite character. We'll see how she lines up on the tier list comparing notes with Wolf here. Wolf, do you have a favorite character then?
Honestly, I think I'm still a big Wily fan.
Really?
I don't know why.
Wily?
I've just always gravitated towards Kit and Kat.
Have you played the ThunderCats DS game?
I did not know they had one.
They did like long ago, but I never played it. Remember back it was like over $40 at one point. Yeah, new games always are expensive. Waited for it to go down, but then never saw it in the shop ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes, alright? Okay, so ThunderCats had a lot of great reinventions of these characters. A lot of them I thought were actually huge upgrades over their 80s counterpart, but that was because they needed to match the epic scale of this style of storytelling.
Yeah.
The 80s show, I do think it's good, so don't take this the wrong way, fans. I love the 80s show. It is funny. It is kick-ass. Really great soundtrack. The soundtrack is so boss on that show.
Yeah.
And of course, it gave us this franchise entirely. Yeah, I like the 80s show. The 2011 show did not disappoint. This is a kick-ass reboot. I loved it. We used to watch it with Grandma. Remember that?
Oh, God.
We came here watching ThunderCats because it came on before the Clone Wars, and sometimes we catch Secret Saturdays.
Dear God,
Those were fun times,
oh my
right?
Gosh. Add that to the rewatch list.
Gotta add Secret Saturdays now.
Yeah, I never watched that whole thing.
Right. I like the show. It's pretty good. It did have a finale, but it's a bit rushed.
And then it had an epilogue /
Right.
crossover.
With Ben 10, which we...
awful.
I still need to see it.
Don't. Just don't.
But yeah, honestly, this was an underrated gem from Cartoon Network. It unfortunately got canceled because there were two reasons. Rumor was it didn't sell enough toys.
Right, that's the most public reason I've heard.
Right, there's also rumor that the real reason it was canceled was because it was really expensive.
That I can also see.
Right, I believe that one more because this show's animation was gorgeous. All the ThunderCats look like anime characters in this version.
Right.
Right, they had like a whole anime studio. I believe the same studio that made that anime Voltron cartoon animated
that would
this.
make sense.
And a lot of people who wrote on Avatar came over to this show.
Yeah,
I recognize a few names.
And then they would go into Voltron as well.
Or Korra.
God.
Yeah, and honestly, there was a lot of great characters here, and we're gonna be judging them all. Who's great? Who do you hate? Basically, everyone who matters in this huge story. Love the ThunderCats reboot. I hope people tune in to watch this live stream since we really like this show. And I'm also testing the ad blocker we have now to see if people don't hear the ads anymore. But yeah, I decided to do this with my brother Wolf because we rewatched it. So let's finally begin. Yeah, not too many comments.
Yep.
I remember when this show came out. Yeah, Tails said that.
Oh yeah, that was just a crazy night.
Yeah, it was great. Remember back when Cartoon Network had good shows?
Right.
Back
and
when
just opened up on war.
Back when we had action shows. Yeah, it was like a great time to be alive. We had ThunderCats, we had Secret Saturdays, we had the Clone Wars was still on Cartoon Network back then.
Yep.
Had Ben 10, had Generator Rex. So many good shows. What happened, Wolf?
Things change.
Right. Then we got ThunderCats Roar,
Right.
which didn't even last one season.
Yep, and we never got that Aquaman show, as far as I know.
Hey, Kat. Oh, hey, Akira finally showed up.
Nice.
Hey, Akira. Hoping people catch his live stream. Yep, we're doing it again, Akira. I'm gonna talk about the ThunderCats, but this time the 2011 anime show, and Wolf is here to give his thoughts on the characters. Alright, Wolf, let's finally begin this thing with our hero, Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats. And where do you want to put him? I want to put him onto Love,
Honestly,
since I do
yeah.
think he's good. I just think this was a great depiction of this character.
Yeah, it really changed him up a little bit, because this time he actually, like, embodies his age, because in the original, he was young, but got, like, frozen because of things.
Something went wrong with his cryopod in the original, and he physically grew up, but not mentally.
Right.
He was, like, basically a child in a grown man's body.
Yeah.
And that led to his character development. He had to grow up fast, become an adult, learn maturity, learn responsibility, and a lot of slice of life lessons in the original 80s show. Here, Lion-O is actually a teenager going on to adulthood. He's now, like, past 18 or whatever. They're passing down the Sword of Omens to him, training him rigorously, trying to get him to be, you know, at his A game for the throne. But nobody has faith in him. Lion-O's a dreamer.
And he wants to see the world outside, like some Disney princess.
Right, I did kind of get that vibe.
He believes in this thing called technology.
Right. What, did you like Shirkina versus Chrysalis? Yes, I did, Akira. It was really cool artwork. I'm here leaving Tennessee. Oh, you're in Tennessee. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Did you see the season 6 finale? Marinette lost her best friend and broke up with Adrian.
I have not yet seen the Smarty Pants thing on it.
Right. Again,
I've seen the first half of it, but not whatever the actual finale is.
Right. Again, Akira, I also stopped watching Ladybug because it got terrible.
Apparently the new season is a bit better. The art direction probably helps it a lot.
Fun fact, ThunderCats Roar got canceled because nobody liked it.
Gee, I wonder why.
Who's the show even made for?
The Teen Titans Go audience, I presume.
Right, but they don't understand who these characters are.
Right.
Teen Titans was, like, at least only a few years ago. They're trying to parody the 80s show, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody remembered the 80s show, and most who did do not like it. Don't like ThunderCats Roar, I meant.
Right, because they still love the 80s show.
Right, and instead, we're gonna make fun of it and make them all stupid idiots like Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Fourth wall jokes, characters being lol, random XD type of humor.
God, yes.
The guy who made Pickle and Peanut, another total bomb for Disney, also got his control over it, and he did not understand the source material. Everything went wrong in that reboot, yeah. I heard it's gonna get a live-action film. Allegedly, Michael Bay wants to do it.
For Pickle and Peanut?
No, ThunderCats.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, that would make sense.
Right.
He's gonna have to Transformers. Might as well do all the Hasbro stuff.
Don't forget Ninja Turtles.
That's right.
He did it with Megan Fox's April.
Stephen Amell.
Right. He was Casey
himself.
Jones. Did you like Pinky die in the villain's defeat in Void Tune like Pinky then Thundercrapper? Oh, Thundercrapper was in that. Okay, so Wolf, if you don't know, somebody made a video of greatest villain defeats of all a bunch of YouTube OCs, and Mega Cat made the cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Pinky Die was there.
That's surprising.
I know, I was surprised too. I gotta watch it though. I saw she's in the thumbnail with a bunch of other villains.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, somebody showed it to me. I saw like a brief second of the clip. I did not see ThunderCatter on there though.
Okay.
Apparently Kira says he's on there. Gotta watch it all the way. But yeah, I did advertise it.
Okay.
Anyways, back to Lion-O. Yeah, I thought his character arc was really great.
Right.
Will Friedle, amazing voice actor. He was like everywhere back in the early 2000s, wasn't he? He was like Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. He's
that's right.
Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible. He voiced Bumblebee on Transformers Prime at the finale.
God. Still don't like it.
Right, and he got to play Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats, and I thought he was actually well casted here.
Yeah,
I was a bit skeptical because Lion-O's usually a grown man. We heard Larry O'Kenny's voice in this show too. He's like an icon for Lion-O. This one, I thought he was a great voice actor.
Right,
really captured his hero's journey, basically.
Yeah, could do good emotional moments as well, I think.
Right, he did start out rocky in the beginning, pointing towards the Moby Dick episode where he's helping the captain.
Yeah, but that was just a weird episode entirely, honestly.
They're all weird, okay?
I know, but even that one.
Yeah, Lion-O basically learns the lesson of the week. He undergoes his hero's journey, learns life lessons, becomes mature, and becomes a much more wiser king, looking at the bigger picture pressure. That's always been his problem. He's a lot more fiery, narrow-minded, lets his emotions kind of cloud his judgment.
Yeah.
And basically the cats or characters they come across help him understand there's more to life than what his simple views are.
Yep.
I really like him, love the Sword of Omens, like his look too. I thought the look was actually pretty cool for him.
I think he also does a great job with the ThunderCats hoe.
Right. I love them. They did that tribute to the 80s theme. He's like jumping around the rocks, blocking laser beams.
Right.
Yeah, this is a really kick-ass hero. I really like this character. Kind of a Luke Skywalker-esque character, or Orion Pax before he became Optimus Prime. Kind of big dreamer, you know he's destined for greatness. Lino often got called a ripoff of He-Man back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, things were cheap back then.
I know.
Friggin' Rocket Robin Hood ripped off of Spider-Man, and then also itself.
Right.
Like, of course some things are just gonna be reused.
Top 10 dumbest or worst villain plans in TV shows. Would you ever do that?
Oh god, I don't think so.
Might be too many, honestly.
Right.
Look
There's
at the
just
CW
way
verse.
too many shows as well.
Right. Also waiting for Cheetara in Death Battle. Yeah, me too. I want to see her fight Wonder Woman's Cheetah. That would be a pretty kick-ass crossover. But okay, yeah. Lino basically becomes a much better warrior. My favorite episode with him is actually when he dies, finally gets lectured by his team members, grows up a bit, and realizes that he has to make some self-sacrifices, listens to his people more, you know, looks at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
He gets like a second chance at life, comes back, barely saves the cats and defeats Mumra, but this turned out to be like a secret test of character to prove he was worthy of life. He was actually willing to accept death. But no, Jaga tells him, nope, you proved yourself and won. Now he's back.
Right, the real test to see how much he would be willing to sacrifice for his people.
Right, I really liked that episode.
Oh yeah, I do too.
What about you, Wolf?
Honestly, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. That it's a two-parter, but I really love it.
Right. Unfortunately, the last arc he had in the show was him falling in love with Pumaira and being completely blindsided by her.
Yep, didn't see the obvious red flags.
They were not obvious in the first episode.
To be fair, the first couple episodes makes the rest kind of murky.
Maybe do top 10 best villain defeats. I have something like that coming up. I do have a new Tales from the Dark Side review on Patreon. Go check it out. And Wolf talked about Healer Girl, a Patreon exclusive review.
It's so old now. I need to move on to the next anime soon.
Yes, you do. But yeah, we do have some content on Patreon if you want to check that out. I do have a top 10 that's coming up, so look forward to that. But that's all the hints you're getting. Anyways, Lionel, really kick-ass character.
Yep.
Definitely S tier. He's going on Love. Will he be outclassed, Wolf?
I doubt it.
I think he might come close to my favorite.
Which is gonna be what, Mumra?
Well, speaking of which, let's get to the main villain, Mumra, the ever-living, played by the legendary Robin Atkin Downes. And honestly, this was a show that kind of made Robin one of my favorite voice actors. He's like really cool in this show. Here's the main villain, Mumra, the ever-living, aka ThunderCats Satan. This guy is the all-powerful ancient sorcerer overlord who once tried to conquer the entire galaxy, only to be defeated by the ThunderCats and the races all coming together. Yeah. Mumra was sealed away, lost forever, until he summoned Groon, who was an ambitious evil bastard, who released him, and Mumra came back, now ready to conquer the world once more, and this time he's back with a vengeance. Wolf, how do you feel about the character? I think easy love.
Yeah. He definitely...
Better than Lino.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because he's mostly one note as the villain, but at the same point,
evil incarnate.
I think that's fine. He can scheme quite well in this one as well.
Right, and Robin Atkin Downes actually does a really good job sounding like the 80s version of him. The other guy also had kind of like this deep, raspy, evil voice.
Right.
Here, I think they capture him well, and his super form is much bigger than how he looked in the 80s show.
I don't even forget to start it on his Darth Vader form.
Right. Mumra is a villain who is kind of clouded, kind of a bit mysterious at the start. They imply this guy had a huge influence on their historical events. Yeah. We see some of these, but there's implied to be a much bigger story. I do have some background detail to tell you about him later, Wolf, but him as a character... basically evil incarnate. This guy was scary in the 80s show, and he's actually much more gruesome in this show.
Right.
Has a really creepy design. His mummy husk form I always found very intimidating. I thought it was actually much grosser looking in this anime version than how he looked in the 80s show.
They do a great job at making him evil and gross.
Right, basically he's a vessel for evil. That's what Mum-Ra's always been, and Mum-Ra, to his credit, was never played for comedy in the 80s show. He's like the only 80s villain who wasn't. I mean, we had like Megatron, who had funny moments,
right.
Some unintentional. We had Skeletor, who was also laughably evil. We had Cobra Commander, who was a total joke in the 80s show. Now he's much more scary in the reboots.
Right.
I do love the total villain makeovers they give the antagonists in the reboots. It's from goofy 80s cartoon villain to the monster of your nightmares. Mum-Ra greatly benefited from this.
Right, and throughout the series, I think, honestly, he has a great presence in the overall narrative.
Right. He's the villain, he's the bad guy. He is basically the looming threat, and he is very proactive in his villainy. Mum-Ra is very much bitter about his defeat and is now not taking chances. He is full on getting his hands dirty, getting involved in the missions, sometimes outright telling, no, I'm not going to trust tasks to you underlings, it's much too important for us to fail. Right. And he unlocks his super mode, gets involved, fights the ThunderCats, even if he isn't at his full power yet. We do see his weakness is the light. So this is kind of different. Wolf in the 80s cartoon, he had two weaknesses. One was light, and the other was his reflection.
I feel like I kind of remember that one.
Right.
Because that came up in, the Trials of Lion-O mini-arc.
Right. If he sees his reflection, his evil is so hideous and gross, it causes him to go insane.
Good God. Honestly, if they did a reboot like that, they could make him a Lovecraftian thing with that.
Right. Lion-O almost got killed by Mum-Ra a number of times, but using the reflection on the Sword of Omens, Mum-Ra would always catch a glimpse of it, and it was enough to drive him away, turn him into a weaker bird form, and he would flap off away.
Yeah, he still does that here, just not the reflection bit.
Yeah, right. They double down on the light aspect, where the light literally burns him.
Right, he's like a vampire.
I do love that they tease, well, we're gonna see his super form in the pilot. Nope, the sun came up and he's gotta crouch in the shadows. Biggest funny troll moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's implied his super form used to be how he was always 24/7 before his defeat.
Right, we saw that with the Leo stuff.
Right. Mum-Ra, needs this form, but he's only got a fraction of his power, and this is why he's hunting down the crystals throughout the show.
Yeah, the three
He hunts down the Book of Omens and the 3 stones, trying to get them before Lion-O does. And basically he's kind of just that, the looming threat. If he captures these stones, then everyone is screwed.
Yeah.
This guy is a bad guy with a huge bite backing his bark. And, yeah, I think he's really good. What was your favorite episode with Mum-Ra, then? I know he has so many.
God, I know. I'll tell you my least favorite one, and it's that stupid coffin that turns into a car and also airship thing.
Right, it turns into a vehicle that transports him.
It's so stupid,
This was not a thing in the 80s show, and I can see why.
Honestly, I feel like part of it might have been for the toys.
Right.
To try and help sell it.
They want to sell
you
that.
can kind of see that in some of the designs of things, but that one especially.
They never clarified this in the 2010 show, but in the 80s show, he would always return to a sarcophagus because it repowers him.
Right,
it
again,
recharges
the vampire thing.
Right. They imply it in the anime show, but they never, fully go into it.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the two favorite moments for him, are in the pilot when he stabs Claudus.
Yeah, that was hardcore.
Right, but also when Lino and Tigra are in the Mind Stone.
Really? And he's manipulating events.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's
cool.
very much the satanic presence.
Right, and love Robin Atkin Downs' voice too.
Yeah.
You are nothing but mere insects to the power of Mum-Ra. Vaporizes all the clerics. This guy was scary too.
Yeah.
Thought he was badass, and of course his ultimate win in the finale where Pumaira was with him all along and possibly banging him. They do lean towards that. Yeah, Mum-Ra also looked great in that summoned skull armor.
Yeah, also don't forget, this guy's evil knows no bounds to the point that he sends a single probe to destroy a star supporting a galaxy.
Yeah, 3 planets
just
were
for the
populated.
bit of metal.
It's just a small blob of Play-Doh.
Right,
He killed several civilizations
9 billion lives gone for that.
Ultimate evil.
For a sword.
I can see why some 80s fans said this guy was better than Megatron.
Yeah.
God,
Like,
that is so
jeez.
vile. Hey, Jon Snow, you made it. I want who would you want to play Mumra in a live-action ThunderCats movie?
Oh, God, I don't know actors enough is the problem.
Right, that's very hard.
Honestly, I probably think I want like an older kind of badass character, maybe.
Right.
Not to portray the bath, but just for the deeper voice kind of thing.
I would say that too. Yeah, I'm not familiar with a lot of the newer age actors.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I think probably The Rock could have played him. He, like,
I'm
physically
behind you,
looks-
Lionel. God.
Did you know Erica Lindbeck is Black Cat, and she's also the cat girl in the Glitch series Game Oververse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Quick
watched that,
Glitch.
though. ThunderCats' actor for Living Mummy for Marvel Rivals. Ah, okay, talking about Robin Atkin Downs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also Travis Touchdown.
He should play Moon Knight. I think he should. Imagine Kovu, Kiara, Nuka, and Vitani from The Lion King as Thundercat characters.
I do not know the Lion King that much.
Alright, Wolf never watched The Lion Guard.
Yeah, the Lion Guard or Lion King 1.5.
Right, just visited the World War II Museum in New Orleans.
Oh, no, I didn't know they had one down there.
Yeah, pretty nice. Love our veterans.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mumra, S tier villain.
Yep.
They did not disappoint him. Like him just like I like Renegade's Cobra Commander and Prime Megatron.
Right.
This guy was a really cool villain.
Yep.
And easily one of my favorite Robin Atkin Downs performances. Going on to Love. Speaking of Love Wolf, let's get to the other Thundercats. Let's do Lino's brother, Tigra.
Alright.
Played by Leon Kennedy, Matthew Mercer.
Yeah, who
Here-
of course been in numerous other things.
Right, but we all know him as Leon S. Kennedy. Yep, here he is, Tigra, Lino's brother, the preferred prince to the kingdom. Tigra had gotten a huge personality change in this
And
reboot.
also a huge origin change, I think.
Right, massively. He was not related at all to Lino in the 80s show or comics. No, here, he is actually Lino's foster brother, and of course the brothers are bickering rivals turned friends.
Right.
Basically, fixing their family bond now that, you know, they're an endangered species in this new timeline.
Yep.
Tigra is basically the better brother, the loved son, the trophy kid.
Right, the one that everyone wants to be prince, basically.
Everyone loves him. Even Dad kind of prefers him.
And
Everybody
even
praises
Lino
him.
himself thinks that he's better than him.
Right, and Tiger's got a bit of an ego. He mellows out over the course of the series as he and Lino start to understand each other more and are forced to work together.
Yeah.
So, honestly, Wolf, in the 80s show, I found Tigra the most boring Thundercat.
Really?
Here, they made him the most interesting character.
Yeah, this one is definitely much more the Lancer in the five-man band trope.
Right, he wants to be leader, but it's clear Tigra is not cut out for it.
Yeah.
As flawed as Lino is learning his lessons. Lino does make good calls. Tigra does not. It's a whole nother story when he's actually in action in the moment.
Right.
He is not the great leader that his brother is.
Yeah, there's times where he slows down even though the moment doesn't call for it. He may know military tactics, but he can't know people as well.
Matthew Mercer is cool as Yusuke Kitagawa from Persona 5.
Yeah.
And the Revelator from Miraculous. Oh, he was in
wow.
Miraculous. I did not know he was in that.
Same.
Where do you want to rank Tigra then? I do kind of want to put him onto Love because, yeah he was a really
I
great
do
character.
really love his character and also his rivalry with Lino.
You just don't like the Love Potion episode.
No, God. I mean, I kind of like it, I just don't like it for him.
Right. How they completely made him a cuckoo
Right.
loser. Okay, so Tiger actually did grow on me as the series moved on. I initially did not like him because, yeah, he's kind of a bully towards Lino, always picking on him.
Right, but at least we learn why as well, thankfully, once we get to his 2 origin episodes.
Right, Tiger has some insecurities. He does have, like, an inferiority complex, always feels like he's number 2 compared to Lino, that Lino doesn't deserve all the great things, that Lino's just handed all this gold for doing nothing while he had to earn it.
Right.
And that actually did made him very interesting. We do have to talk about, Wolf, the love triangle, especially because the brothers get more focus than the actual girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they should have just ended up together.
Right. Lino and Tigra compete over the heart of Chitara for the first half of the series.
Right.
And some people have mixed opinions on this. I thought it actually started out fine. I liked that Chitara couldn't choose between Lino and Tigra. They both had like their romantic moments. But then comes like the dramatic ending of the first half of the season.
Your brother will betray you before the evening bell.
And it turns out this betrayal was Chitara chooses Tigra. They make out and Lino sees it, and the evening bell is rung.
But according to Chitara, she had chosen long ago. She just decided to play with Lino's feelings, I guess.
Right, so I did like this moment because, one, I do love Chitara. She's my favorite Thundercat. But two, they do clarify Chitara was not just some woman Tigra wanted to sleep with. He starts out as a womanizer. Chitara was his first crush. He really liked her. He wanted to get to know her. And he's partially responsible for helping her get into the clerics. He saw that she was going to wait patiently, trying to join the clerics even though they rejected her, and he gave her that flower which had magic life juice in it.
Because that's totally why he gave it to her.
Right. No, he was just trying to make a move on her.
Right.
Now, Chitara had it, maybe. And apparently the petal had a day's worth of life and food in it. Yeah. She, like, ate the flower he gave her.
Right.
And this helped her get in with the clerics. It turns out she held on to the seed, the center
stem,
of it from all that years ago, and she realized Tiger was special, that she does love him, that she always loved him. And yeah, they kiss and make out in front of Lino.
Well, they don't know he's there.
Right. The second half, Tiger does get kind of a decreased role now that the love triangle's over. He had some episodes and some important plot points. The biggest one was we finally see his backstory.
Right, where he's the last son
Tiger Moses.
Yeah, basically. Because we can't go to the cats for help. Let's go to the ancient spirits of evil.
Brilliant, right?
Thanks, Jim Cummings.
Right, the ancient spirits of evil would help Tigra's people save their clan because they were dying. They were too prideful to ask for help, but they decided to ask the satanic spirits for help, and all it cost them was the life of the king's son.
Right, basically Abraham, but with a dark twist.
Right. He was going to sacrifice Tigra, but of course, being a good dad, he didn't want that. Instead, he sent Tigra away in like a Superman balloon to be raised by better people than them. And of course, what are the odds he's adopted by the king and queen of Thundera? Yeah, they find him, and the queen has a huge attachment to him, caring about him, nurturing him, and because the queen is kind of having trouble giving birth, at least at first.
Yeah, they raise him up as the first prince.
Right, Tigra is initially their son, but at the end of the day, he became their foster son. He's not their biological kid. The queen actually did successfully have a child, that child being Lino, and of course she died during childbirth.
Because he just had to take away something else from him.
Right, all Lino did was take away the things he loved, including mom. That's the reason.
I know, that's the cruelest one to blame on him.
Honestly, the mom kind of had a bitch move here. It's like, you're gonna be a brother, my little son.
Right.
She like walks it back. She always hyped him up, called him her little prince, and nope, this time she can't call him that, even though he technically still is a prince.
I know, right? Just not the one next in line.
Just another stab towards Tigra's heart. But yeah, Tigra was kind of jealous and envious of Lino, and that's why he's always trying to one-up him. That's why he's always being mean to him.
Right,
because
questioning orders.
For the longest time, he saw Lino as somebody who didn't deserve all of this, somebody who took it all away from him. And throughout the course of the series, he does kind of mellow out. He confronts his dad, finds out that the dad was actually a victim of this conspiracy. They help save his people, but unfortunately they broke like a curse, and his real dad dies, but not before passing on his iconic 80s weapon, the whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he finally gets it. It's like the last memory of his people. And Lino and Tigra do grow closer throughout this journey, and I do really appreciate that. I like that the brothers are trying to get along.
Yeah.
Like, he's becoming a hero, he's realizing Lino does have reasons to be leader, that he does have reasons to make the choices he chooses to do. And basically, yeah, Tigra becomes his full-blown Lancer, respects him a little more.
Yeah.
So, the last thing about him is, at the end of the series, we also find out he knows how to pilot.
Yep,
Yeah,
because his ancestors were pilots.
That is BS.
I know, it's in your blood.
He didn't even believe in technology.
Right.
And no, he masters using a gun and shooting people gangster style, and now he can pilot ships. He does beat the Vulture Man at a cool race.
Right. I do love how he wins, though.
Right, undercuts him and dents his ship. Really cool moments. But yeah, that's kind of the end of his character. Tigra and Chitara were supposed to have a child in a future season.
God.
Like, they were going to, believe it or not, Wolf, give birth to one of the 80s team members, Bengali the Snow Tiger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was going to be their child in this reboot.
Alright, well, they would have had to do a time skip to make him into something.
Right. There was also supposed to be, like, one of those. Lionel was going to go on a journey into the Book of Omens, but something goes wrong, and he's stuck there for, like, 10 years.
Okay.
Where we get a time skip to see older ThunderCats, and Mum-Ra's empire increased. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Tiger was going to become much older, and once again, kind of their resentful feelings would come up again because they would fight over Lino trying to redeem Pumaira.
Okay.
Would have been interesting stuff, but Tiger as he is, I do think he's S tier.
Yeah.
I think this is a really interesting depiction of this character, and Matthew Mercer, as always, is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add, Wolf?
Don't think so.
Okay. We'll put him on to Love. Matthew Mercer, yeah, everybody loves him. Secret Protocol episode ending feels like the Haunting Hours Red Eye ending. Oh, where the Alp transformed into the girl's dad.
Oh, okay.
That should have been better. Chitara is cool, and she's played by the Are You Afraid of the Dark actress from The Tale of the Night Shift. Yeah, Manuela Criqui. She was on the vampire episode I reviewed.
Okay.
Remember that, Wolf? Speaking of which, let's talk about my favorite character, Chitara. And yeah, I'm gonna fight you. I think she's number one. She's awesome.
I know. I just don't think there's enough for me to latch onto with her.
What? She's hot. And she's also kick-ass. She's a nice girl. She's the team mom.
Right.
That's what I'd argue.
She's also the wiser one because she was trained by Jaga.
Right. She is kind of the more spiritual one of the team. Here she is, Chitara, the fastest girl alive. Chitara is an ancient cleric slash bodyguard to Lionel. She is actually the love interest for the first half of the show because, yeah, Lionel instantly falls for her at first sight. She opens up more to him, shows her caring side, a bit too caring in some sense.
Yeah, she does not care for tact, I think.
Right, she's like talking to him in her sultry voice, sensually touching him, telling him, I believe in you, Lionel.
Kissing him on the cheek in one instance.
Right, she kisses him a few times.
Yeah, you totally chose Tigra.
Right, yeah. No, they're just friends, Wolf. They're just friends. I remember doing that to my friends.
Well, you never kissed your homies goodnight.
Right. The one negative I do agree on is Chitara did not make her feelings very clear for either of the guys for the longest time.
Yeah.
They do drag the love triangle for at least 13 episodes straight. And Chitara said, I never meant to lead you on, Lino. It's like, BS. We saw all those scenes.
Right.
Okay, so I do like Chitara. She's compassionate. She's caring.
Yeah.
She is a competent warrior. She was trained by the cleric. She has her super speed. Those discs she wears on her limbs are actually weights. Yeah, we find out she can go super faster.
She'll do the Rock Lee moment.
Right. The second season was supposed to give her another backstory episode. It turns out Chitara's mom was dying of an illness, and she had to run into another city to get a cure, but she wasn't fast enough. Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Barry Allen.
Right. Chitara would run across, like, mountains trying to get to this village on time without her super speed as a child, and she completely failed. That's why she was orphaned. Yeah. When she returned, it was too late, and Chitara blamed herself for not being fast enough. It's why she trains her super speed, and she wears the weights basically to push herself much further. God. Really, that was going to be a season 2 episode.
They would have had to do a lot with that idea, I think, for me to latch onto it.
Yeah.
Because hearing it as a synopsis will always never be a good idea, but jeez.
Vegeta's actor was in the Game Over verse. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Which English dubber? There's like 5 of them.
I think it was Chris Sabat.
Really? Okay. Chris Sabat?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I forget which one. It's the normal one.
Right.
Not the ocean one.
They did give Chitara some character. We see she loves her staff.
Yeah.
She was like throwing a fit when the owl broke it.
Right, that was her favorite staff.
Right. She got a magic one in return, which has those root powers. You'd think she'd use it more often, but no, gotta have the plots. We do see her backstory. She wanted to join the clerics because she had no family. She was an orphan. And we get to hear Grey DeLille using her Emily Elizabeth voice as her. It's pretty funny. She has like so few voices as children. But yeah, Chitara initially was too impulsive. She had no patience.
Yeah.
She tried to do a cleric test, but it wasn't just about speed, but also your mind, your mental prowess, patience, right. Chitara completely failed to pass the final test, tried to protest until they would accept her. She sits outside their cathedral waiting for them to give her a second chance. Jaga rather coldly ignores her for the first few days.
Classic Count Dooku.
Right. But no, it turns out this was another test. He saw that she stayed here even risking her life, and Jaga finally accepts her when she almost like faints, realizing that, oh, you are learning patience after all. And Chitara joined the ancient clerics and became a badass monk warrior.
Yep.
Right, then she's kind of just the heart of the team. I do like that. She's the only sane woman, trying to keep them all together, actually caring about them, being the warrior therapist of the team. Season 2 gives her a little less to do other than being Tigra's supportive girlfriend, but I do kind of like that about her. Their relationship is actually a relationship.
Right.
It's like, no, it's no longer about who she's gonna choose. Nope, she's being a supportive girlfriend to Tigra. They steal the Sword of Plundar together.
Right, they save each other's lives in the final fight.
And all the innuendos.
God,
we were just lucky. Yeah, we were.
She was just helping me with my sword.
Right. They knew what they were doing with this character. Also love her design because of course I do. You know I love sexy Catwoman. Wolf,
yeah,
honestly,
all the designs on these characters I think are fantastic.
I know, they look like the characters, but also got like a badass edge to them.
Exactly. Even Snarf somehow.
Snarf.
Snarf.
Okay, so I want to put Chitara up into S tier. I might put her in number 1, but what about you, Wolf?
Number 1.
Okay, I'll put her under Lino.
Yeah.
That
she can look sensually at Mum Rock.
We'll fix that soon enough. Manuela Kricki honestly is a pretty good voice actress. I'm surprised we haven't seen her in a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she is. Believe it or not, they actually casted her because she was voted Most Beautiful Woman of the Year at one point. You're right.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, she was. And they wanted her to play like this hot, attractive character. That's what a lot of agencies used to do back in the day.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, like, they also did that with 7 of 9, because Jerry Ryan won, like, a beauty contest.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, Chitara's pretty awesome, though. Love her, you know, she's my favorite character. Really badass, really compassionate, really great character development, and I would have loved to see that origin of hers, where she failed to save Mom.
Yeah, and I would have just laughed at it, probably.
Right. Chitara was gonna make it to the end of the series, too. They confirmed that. She was gonna be pregnant with Tigra's child.
Of course.
Right.
They'll just kill the father.
Of course. We don't need to mention ThunderCats 2011 actors since that was last year. Okay. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Chitara's so cool. Yep, she is. Alright, Chitara, easily my favorite, going on to Love.
Okay.
Alright, next let's do another villain. Let's do Groon. There he is in his gold armor.
Yeah.
Played by, of course, Lex Luthor, Clancy Brown. Yes, he uses the same... Here he is, Groon. Groon is the traitor to his race. Once one of the most well-respected, worshipped warriors who defended Thundera, completely turned traitor and backstabbed and betrayed his entire race for ultimate power.
Yeah.
Groon was once one of the most trusted soldiers. He was tasked with finding the Book of Omens, and Groon was kind of a bad egg from the very start. We see he's very power hungry.
Right.
He wants to rule, wants people to follow him, wants ultimate power. Every mission he does is a step further towards his end goal. Goes from lowly soldier to trusted lieutenant to trusted general to Claudus's left-hand man to basically Mumra's second in command once he turns traitor. This guy, I'll give him credit, very ambitious. He does not fuck around.
Yes. Honestly, the backstory with him and Panthro is also a spectacular episode for the two of them, I think.
Yeah, I really loved it. It captured their rivalry and made Groon kind of a dark reflection of Panthro.
Yeah.
Groon is very creepy, very bloodthirsty,
Right.
has that missing saber tooth because he ripped it out to kill an enemy.
Right, just to save Panthero's life.
Yeah, they were caught in like a Spider-Woman's web. It was gonna kill them, but he made a sacrifice to gain victory at any cost.
Yep, and that was the lesson he learned.
Right. Groon starts out as kind of a simple villain at the start. Once we learn more about him, he becomes slightly more complex, and it turns out, what's Groon's role? He's the Starscream of the team. Yeah, I did kind of like this twist that, oh, not even Mum-Ra is going to stand in his path of achieving ultimate power.
Right, he'll knock down everyone just to stand at the top.
Right, he almost takes over the Elephant Village. Mum-Ra has the army hold back while he infiltrates the astral plane, and he's talking to General Slythe like saying, you know, Slythe, would it be a bad thing if Mum-Ra was lost forever?
Right.
And yeah, they both agree, and yeah, see this as, oh, it's our chance to take over the entire empire.
Yeah, because honestly, Mum-Ra does not treat any of his guys well.
They're all expendable minions who serve him.
Right, so of course Slythe is gonna go with a guy that's giving him a sweeter offer.
Right, you know, Groon, for a cat, you're quite the snake. And yeah, they both launch a full invasion, hoping Mum-Ra dies in the crossfire here. And it does lead to Groon's final showdown with Panthro. This is a really intense showdown.
Yeah.
Right, they fight, no weapons, all just their bare fists. They're fighting, beating each other bloody and senseless.
Right.
Up until the astral plane portal collapses, everybody's trying to get away from it, and Panthro uses Groon's own advice against him, victory at any cost, and he throws Groon into the portal, even sacrificing his arms to do so because Groon won't let go.
Yep.
And that is the end of him. Believe it or not, Wolf, he was going to come back. He was going to become some kind of monstrous spirit animal thing. He was like horribly mutated when the portal collapsed, and they gave him like this grotesque, like ghostly design. Parts of him are disfigured or covered in stars, and Panthero's disembodied arms are still strangling him.
Oh, wow, God.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back, and he was going to try to steal the final stone. The final stone is like in a world between life and death, like purgatory or something, and this is where Groon ended up. He was going to try to steal the stone, make his way out, and come back in his powerful form. Really could have been awesome seeing this.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of Groon, because he was a really kick-ass
Oh,
villain.
definitely. And again, honestly, just the backstory episode alone is really good for him, where he goes from the lowly soldier to be trusted, and then as soon as he's given a different task instead of being the general, since that's Linkso's
He
domain.
takes that as like a slight against
Right,
him.
King Claudius doesn't trust us. He sent us out here on a thing just to get rid of us.
You're right, he wants us out of the picture because he knows
Right.
what I want.
And then when Mum-Ra starts whispering at him, he's just frantic.
He's like completely enthralled
He's
by
like
him and
lost
crazy.
it, yeah.
It's like, yes, this is my solution to ultimate power. Basically, the entire series starts because of this guy.
Yep. He even Trojan horses his own people.
Right, Mum-Ra calls to him, preys upon his power lust, his need for ultimate conquest, and basically, yeah, he rips out, like, the coffin and sets Mum-Ra free, becoming his loyal right-hand man, and to his credit, he does get jobs done, he's badass.
Oh, yeah.
Has that really sick electric club he uses to fight people. Where do you want to put Groon, then?
I think love.
Really?
I really love him as a villain, yes.
Right. Love him more than Tigra?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'll put him over him, but
Yeah.
under Mum-Ra for sure. Yeah, Groon, really kick-ass traitor villain. Would have loved to see the horrific astral monster he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It sounds really cool from the descriptions I read. But yeah, that was kind of the end of his story, and he was not bad for an arc villain.
Not at all.
Yeah, I thought he was a genuine threat, really badass, and Clancy Brown's voice acting is always amazing.
It's iconic.
Right, captures psychotic monster really well. Easily love this guy, epic villain. Alright, speaking of which, let's knock off a weaker villain, General Slythe. Okay, so I do have kind of mixed feelings on him. Yeah, General Slythe was an iconic major player in the 80s cartoon. It was appropriate they brought him back as the head of the Lizard Army. Unfortunately, he was really lacking in character. Yeah, he didn't really get like a whole deep development or arc. There were plans for him, Wolf. There were a lot of notes saying that...
Right, there's moments of it where you can see it with him, where when Mum-Ra doesn't treat him well, or him teaming up with Groon to betray Mum-Ra.
Right, we see Slythe does have a complex side underneath him, but it's not explored. General Slythe is the head of the Lizard Army. He's this big fat barbarian lizard man who has a huge hate boner towards the cats. There's been implied dark backstory between them, but he sees the cats as evil. They're the oppressors.
They're basically the mortal enemy to him.
Right, they're mortal enemy. He wants to destroy them no matter the cost. And the pilot did make him a very threatening villain. He's the one in the Trojan horse with his squadron. They successfully, plant bombs and homing missiles everywhere.
Right.
Completely destroy it. He's mocking them from the top of the food chain to endangered species. D. Bradley Baker uses one of his reptile voices for him.
Kind of clone-ish.
Right, almost. You can hear it in there, but he, emphasizes the S's and lizard hissing a few times.
Right.
Slythe is actually pretty threatening. He's a competent general until he's kind of sidelined for most of the series. Basically, Mum-Ra's other right-hand man doing all the smaller tasks, leading the charge. There's again, implied backstory here and there. He is kind of disgusted by the new generals who were his teammates. I would have loved to see this explored, but yeah, Slythe, reluctantly recruits Atticus and Kanar, the Jackal Man.
Yeah.
He does show that he's not really friends with them in this universe, which I did find very interesting.
To be fair, they are psychotic murderers.
Yeah, they only
and
eat people.
Whereas he's a general.
Right, so this I will bring up, Wolf. His backstory was supposed to be explored in Season 2. Slythe was going to be a tragic villain. It turns out he hates the ThunderCats because the cat people have made them an endangered species. The lizards have lost a lot of children. They attacked their homeland, destroyed these magic marshes which kept their eggs, safe.
Jeez.
And the lizards basically are an endangered species. All of their children are killed. Their women were rendered infertile because they didn't have this precious swampland that helped, birth their species, carry things on. Apparently, the charge was led by Linkso, the blind ThunderCat, and he made him his arch enemy. It turns out Mum-Ra promised them that he could help restore their species, help give them new children, new lives, and make the lizards the top species in place of the fallen cats. Slythe was going to trust Mum-Ra, however, he would find out Mum-Ra had no intention of honoring their bargain, and would undergo a redemption where he realized that the lizards are nothing to Mum-Ra and he's never going to help them. They are just working for him until they die. Slythe would steal the missing stone, or I think the tech stone, and would give it to Lino, but at the cost of his life. Slythe was going to have a tragic sacrifice, giving the stone back to Lino so he could have all of them to defeat Mum-Ra.
Okay.
And yeah, he was going to die. Allegedly, he was also going to kill Linkso at one point. Some animator actually released an animatic that he was going to behead him.
Oh, jeez.
Would have been interesting to see. Yeah, he has that gun with the battle axe instead of a bayonet. Really cool design, not gonna lie. I really wish we got to see this come to fruition in the main show.
Yeah, that we got more from him.
Unfortunately, as is, he's just the generic minion.
Right.
Yeah, I might put him on good or whatever, but where do you want to put him?
I could do good, because he has presence as well.
Right, and
he's kind of funny.
Yeah, I love D. Bradley Baker. Kind of starts out as your generic smug general, then he goes, oh crap, when they start losing.
Right.
Like why I heard Reptile's origins for Mortal Kombat. That's so dark. Yeah, apparently the show is going to get a lot darker in the next season. Yep, he's the Lizard Man. Why didn't you do Catwoman or Black Cat tier list yet? I'm going to do Catwoman eventually. Black Cat, I have to watch a bunch of stuff, play a bunch of video games I've never played before.
Or you could just have a didn't see category and shove them
all
but
I don't want to shove too many into there.
It's only going to be half the list.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on some stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna do some updated versions of those since they got new counterparts. Yesterday was International Cat Day. Oh, we should have done it then, Wolf.
Oh, well.
Okay, so, wanted to love Slythe, but he's okay.
Yeah.
Gone on to good. Alright, next, we'll do our last main ThunderCat, Panthero. And I love him. He is awesome. He used to be my favorite ThunderCat on the 80s cartoon when we used to rewatch that.
Right.
And they did not disappoint here. Really love him. I will put him above Groon, at least.
That's fair.
Yeah, here he is, played by Kevin Michael Richardson, because Kevin Michael Richardson is always the badass black guy in every show ever. Right, he's Panthero here, he's Roadblock in Renegades, he's Bulkhead in Transformers Prime. He's in so many things as the badass black dude.
Right.
Panthro is awesome. Panthro is the ace general. He's the good soldier. The foil to Groon's corrupt evil soldier. Panthro was once the true right-hand man to King Claudius. He and Groon were seen as the best of the best. Groon was once his best friend at one point. They were elite soldiers. Panthro is a total badass. He's macho, muscular, kick-ass, but he's also a bit of a gearhead. He is a mechanic. He masters tech. He likes to build stuff. He actually did believe in technology, whereas most of the cats believed in magic instead.
Yep.
He built the Thunder Tank, his baby, in a really kick-ass ride. Unfortunately, that got destroyed in the finale. Remember the Soul Severs destroyed it? But yeah, Panthro, really cool character. I loved him instantly on his debut episode, where we find out Panthro was actually not going to show up, or at least they tricked us into believing that. In the pilot, Panthro is declared dead. We find out, no, he's actually alive. Only psych, it's Mumra in disguise, who turned into Panthro to stab the king in the back.
Yep.
They thought Panthro was a traitor at first. Nope, it's revealed to be Mumra, who's real all along. The real Panthro shows up a few episodes later. The show tries to psych us out, thinking he's not going to be on the team.
Right.
No, he saves them when they save the pet Lars. Shows up in the Thunder Tank, and Lino slowly gains his trust. Panthro has a kind of a continuous arc where he's the cynical, gruff, hardened soldier who doesn't believe in Lino.
Right.
But Lino has to earn his trust, prove his stance as king and his leader. We see Lino's kind of disrespected. He is kind of a dork at first, makes a few bad calls, but he also shows he does have the power to back himself up. Like when Lino destroys a giant drill machine, and Panther's totally awed by him.
Right, well, because he's also doing it to save all of them.
Right, and Panthro does realize there is kind of something special about this kid. There is hope in him. He can be that kick-ass king he respects Claudius as. And I do love his origin episode where we see him and Groon. They used to be best friends. Panthro was kind of by-the-book cop, very straight-laced soldier, did believe in the greater good, until Groon betrayed him, and that's kind of made him the start of his jaded, cynical personality. I mean, your best friend did try to kill you and join Satan, so yeah, I'd be pissed too. Yeah, Panthro was thrown off the pyramid. I found out, Wolf, that there was going to be an episode revealing how he got out of the pyramid and made his way back. And
good. That was necessary information.
Right. It was going to come in season 2 where you find out why Panthro is such a jerk. And yeah, basically, this whole journey kind of blowing up in his face did do some damage. He was going to, we were going to see this flashback because Panther was going to break into Mumra's pyramid, and he remembered the layout of it because he stole technology from it to make the Thunder Tank in the first place.
Sense. Yeah, because that is another huge question. Where did he get this stuff?
Right. He stole it from Mumra, and it's what made him kind of a true believer in technology. For him, it was like sink or swim. He had to master building this stuff fast, try and fight his way out of there, make himself go across lizard territory and all the dangers they were at. Basically, Panthro has reason to be pissed off. Though, once Panthro joins the team, he does kind of lighten up. We talked about his rivalry with Groon, how he makes the ultimate sacrifice, loses his arms, then gets really kick-ass robot arms.
Right.
So, believe it or not, Wolf, second season, there was going to be like a thing where Panthro would upgrade and trade up his arms over the course of the series. Yeah. I did not really like the stretching ability because it looked really goofy in the animation style. Like, I get it made sense for him to have a lot more range as a fighter.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of silly. Panthro spends kind of a time getting adjusted to his arms, getting adjusted to tech. Basically, he's the Mr. Fix-It guy. He does have a lot of funny moments. I know your favorite moment is when they're all, like, captured.
Yeah, honestly, his one-liners are pretty good.
Right, he's, like, just done with everything, snark at people.
You better start with me. He's got to get us out of this. No, we'd rather be shot.
Right, he's afraid of heights.
Right.
It kind of gave him kind of a comedic side as the show went on. This was kind of a hit or miss with me. It's like, I love Panther as a macho badass, but having him, like, afraid of swimming, afraid of heights, and at one point even, like, faints when he's trying to scale the building. He falls down tumbling.
That one I do at least think is more defendable.
Right, he's not used to being up at great heights.
Right, I don't think anyone is.
So, I also did not like where he's, like, trying to test the Thunderbird, their flyer, and he has, like, a panic attack and starts crying, I didn't know it'd be this high, and Tiger has to save them all.
Thanks to his blood.
Right. It's in my genes. It feels right. Yeah. Yeah, Panthro basically mellows out, lightens up, becomes a lot more of a team player, and I do like that about him. He's the heart of the team. Love his friendship with Lionel. I think they actually kind of evolved the most. It's kind of weird when you think about the flashbacks and Panther's ancestor was in love with his ancestor.
Yeah.
Like, does that mean they're related? That was my first thought. But yeah, Panthro basically bruiser with a soft center, jerk with a heart of gold, knight in sour armor. He did kind of overcome his arc once he defeated Groon. One more interesting thing, Wolf. In the second season, Panther was supposed to get his arms back.
Right, yeah, I presume because that's the Groon coming back with him.
After they vanquished Groon, he would gain kind of weird cosmic hands once they reattached to his body, and he was supposed to get a power-up called the Astral Punch. That's what they said in the notes.
Sounds cool on paper.
Right, I guess he was gonna punch people and it would cause explosions or something like that.
Or just have like a bunch of force behind it.
But yeah, that was gonna be Panthero's arc next season, kind of overcoming his hatred with Groon and getting his arms back. Okay. He did have a lot of scars on those arms.
Yeah.
A lot of war stories worth talking about. Yeah, love Panthro. He's going on to love. Anything you want to add, Wolf?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think you've hit every nail.
Okay. I want to see that happen. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Panthero's awesome. Going on to love. Alright, next, let's knock off the other villains. We got the Jackal or the Monkey. Which one do you want to do, Wolf?
We could just do both of them.
Okay.
There really isn't much.
They're kind of the same character.
Right, just different.
We'll do Atticus, played by Robin Atkin Downs, using another voice. I honestly didn't recognize him at first.
Yeah, it's another offshoot of a voice he does.
Right, so they brought back a lot more 80s villains come the second half of the season, and two of them were fan favorite villains, the Jackal Man and Monkey, and now renamed Kanar and Atticus. They gave them like their own names instead of just calling them their species. And basically, Mum-Ra is pissed off that General Slythe is losing. They lost General Groon. Lizards are completely deserting the military because working for Mum-Ra sucks, and they are not a threat anymore. So Mum-Ra needs two crazy psychos to beat the soldiers in submission.
He needs killers, not generals.
Right, he needs generals who fight for bloodshed, for sadism. Right. And enter the recreations of two fan-favorite villains, Atticus and Kanar. Atticus will do first. He's basically a bloodthirsty barbarian brute who likes to kill and eat a lot of people.
Yeah, when we meet him, he's tied up by birds.
The birds are like executing him for war crimes, but haha, Slythe shows up and saves him just in time.
Yep, so now he gets to eat all of them,
I'm owed a meal. And he like mauls these friggin' bird people.
Right, there's the cries from the birds.
Right, they like to eat people. They did hint that he did have some character, because when he fights Chitara, he says, "You fight like you're disciplined." I recognize that fighting pattern. It's become predictable.
Right, he's kind of a tactician in a way.
Right, I'm kind of curious what his backstory was if he was like able to recognize how she fights and was able to adapt to that. He uses like his monkey feet to trip her up. Yeah, basically these two guys are basically kind of the same characters, psychotic bruisers who like to fight to kill, though Atticus was a bit more rational than Kanar is.
Right, well that's because he's a monkey.
Right, whereas the Jackal guy is basically the Joker.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, basically that's it. Kanar is the Joker. He's always laughing, has a sadistic streak, likes to kill people, joins the army not for freedom, but because he gets to kill kittens.
Yeah.
Oh, I like cats. It's like licking sensually. Wants to eat some of the children at certain points, and D. Bradley Baker does have a pretty good Joker voice, though.
Right.
I'm not alone in solitary. I have the voices in my head keeping me company. Likes to fight a lot. Likes to cackle evilly. Basically, yeah, he's the Joker.
Yeah.
Where do you want to rank them then? I think they are actually pretty very good because they're so darn entertaining. They had a bit more energy than Slythe did.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's because Slythe's backstory was saved for the season that didn't come.
Right.
I like the monkey guy. Like the monkey from ThunderCats 2011 is like Goldar from Power Rangers, or King Monkey from Miraculous. You forgot.
I remember.
Right. I like the Jackal one because he was kind of funny. Yeah, I know he's basically the Joker.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what their backstories would have been like.
Right? Honestly, part of me just wants to put them in good.
Really?
Just because, like, even though what we have of them is good, I just not having enough of it, I think, hurts it for me.
Right, they're basically enforcer characters, and all we know is that they're psychos who like to kill and eat people.
Right.
Which did make them threatening, but I wouldn't say interesting characters.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I will put them above General Slide, though, because both of them had
fair.
much more personality than
Yeah,
him.
just from their entrance.
Right. They freaking murder people, too. Off screen, yes, but you get to understand how they murdered them.
Yep.
Yeah, these two, love these psychos. I'll put them on good for Wolf, but definitely much more entertaining than the General Slide was. Alright, next, back to the ThunderCats. Should we talk about...
I feel like we gotta do Wily Kit and Cat.
Yeah, Wily Kit and Wily
Wily
Cat.
Cat.
Ready? Ho! Yeah, let's talk about the twins, Wily Kit and Wily Cat, who are both kind of the same character when you get down to it.
Yeah.
They reinvented the twins who, believe it or not, Wolf, were kind of polarizing to some fans because, of course, kid heroes usually were in 80s cartoons.
Right.
I thought they were pretty great. They were my favorite in the 80s cartoon.
Same, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know they're children. Some people didn't like them because, of course, as children, they did screw-ups in a few of the 80s episodes.
Right, and there's not a whole lot you can do with them.
Right, especially next to the more adult-oriented ThunderCats. Here, they get a total makeover in this show and made them instantly popular. I thought I liked them from the very start.
Honestly,
They're two basically street urchin kids who steal to live, get into trouble and mischief on the side, are the comic relief like they were in the 80s show, but they were really funny. I like the child acting too. They were actually very convincing in this cartoon. Got Wily Cat, who and his Flink, the weird grapple hook thing he uses.
Apparently it's called a flank.
Flank?
Yeah, I don't know. Flank or
Right.
flank, whatever.
And
It's the cool claw that he can use as a lockpick as well.
Cool, I remember. Yeah. And Wily Kit and her minstrel powers. She has the magic flute, which is a circle, basically.
Yeah.
They were going to reveal the origin of how they got them.
I mean, I just presumed it would have been, at least for her, it would have been from the mother. I'm not sure how he would have gotten the tool.
Apparently they were going to do like a whole episode reference to one of their 80s episodes where they stole them from the King of the Labyrinth. If you don't remember in the 80s cartoon, they were trapped in like his tower of traps and had to fight their way out and solve puzzles to escape it. Here they were going to actually find it in like his treasure pile.
Okay.
And it would have been interesting to see that. But yeah, they got these magical tools that they use to help them on their thievery and combating villains. The kittens are actually unaffiliated with Lino and the adult ThunderCats at first. They're off like doing their own thing until Thundera gets invaded and everyone dies.
And they leave the safety of the place.
Right, they left the shelter because they didn't feel safe, and they were right. It got bombed and killed all those people.
Right.
That could have been us.
I feel like the reaction was too toned down, though.
Right, it's like, well, what were you expecting? Them to show bloody corpses of all their people?
Well, for them to at least be a bit more serious about it.
Right, and Wily Kit and Wily Cat managed to escape and eventually join up with the ThunderCats as temp members, or so they claim.
They kind of just hang on with them.
Right, they say that they're not official ThunderCats when they first meet them, but
they're just walking in front of us.
You're walking in front of us. We're not following you.
Yeah.
They follow them, and basically during the Ramlock episode, the only major plot thing that happens is the two kids gain their trust. They manage to save themselves, outsmart that psycho chef who wanted to eat them.
Yep.
They were using him for free food all along and playing dumb, proving that the kids actually are pretty clever, very smart and mischievous. They outsmart him, manage to get away, and prove that they're good ThunderCats. They're mostly kind of just there on the sidelines, occasionally get a few character bits. They're trying to find the lost city of Eldara, a city made of gold, because they want to help their family. It isn't until the second half where they dive deeper into their character and backstories. It turns out the kittens did have a family at first. They had a mom, dad, and two other siblings who ran a farm.
I love that the younger siblings have their 80s hair.
Right, they were designed to look like their classic counterparts. They ran the farm and lived an actually happy and prosperous life until, of course, tragedy struck. A tornado came and basically killed their dad.
Yeah.
Kind of like Pa Kent from Man of Steel, except better written.
Yeah, except they actually couldn't do anything to save him.
Right, they got blocked by a huge oak tree. The dad pushed the kids over, but didn't have enough time to save himself. I wish he ran around the tree, though. Right. He could have saved himself time. But no, dad got killed. They became destitute. Their crops were completely ruined. Mom was struggling to get by. So the kids decided they have to help their family escape this horrible situation. So they run away from home to find Eldara and bring back gold to their family.
Right. I do also love that it's not just that, but also with them being gone, that's two less mouths, so the mom can actually eat.
Right, they address that.
Yeah.
The mom isn't getting any food because she's giving it all away to the kids. And it's still, like, barely anything. Like, eating gruel and such.
Yeah.
One thing that kind of bothered me is, Wolf, would the family even still be around, at least in that house?
I mean, maybe in the second season we would have seen them.
Right, would the family still be there if they ever did come back with, like, gold and riches to help them out of their situation? Because
who knows?
I'm kind of doubtful they will. Also, their family would have obviously grown up a lot older, especially if there was going to be a time skip season.
Yeah.
But yeah, they ran away. The kids tried to be good, not steal things, but got accused of being thieves by that dick cat.
Right.
Like, they stole my money, and realized that they had to steal to live. They, like, steal bread and promise, we'll repay everyone and everything we ever stole once we find Eldara. Basically, that kid mindset.
They only steal when they have to, not because they want to.
Right. Yeah, the kittens are cool. Death Battle is doing Kai versus Tao Tahu, Ninjago versus Bionicle.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I do like the kittens. They don't do too much in the first half. Again, the second half gives them more stories. We know Wily Kit has a crush on one of the elephants.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's also because of her that they save the elephants.
Right.
They achieve perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony. The kids, of course, have those moments where they accidentally save the day. Like, when you think they're useless, they actually prove themselves. Like, Wily Kit accidentally, like, uses that big bazooka to knock out the reptile army. And
right.
Wily Kit uses her harmony to help save the day from time to time.
Right, like the time when they invaded Mumra's pyramid.
Right, she mesmerizes the lizards. Mesmerizes like those Resident Evil hunter guard dogs at one point. She's like a magic minstrel.
Right, she also does that to the big weird monster that was attacking the two animals they were supposed to hunt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, the giant skunk badger thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically her save the day thing.
Right, the adult Thundercats kind of look down on them for the first half. Some lingering tension is still there when they teach them how to hunt.
Right.
But the kittens are really funny. They are immature, but I do get some laughs out of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's time you two learn some hard lessons. He's gonna kill us! I told you he would! They're pretty funny, actually. But yeah, and also how Panthro and Chitara take them on boys versus girls hunting match, and they both screw over their partners. Yeah, the kittens don't want to kill something cute and innocent. Panthro, like, gets caught in his own trap, and Chitara gets dunked in the smelly flowers.
Yep.
Really funny stuff. The kittens do actually prove themselves as the show goes on. They are competent heroes. They get their hoverboards from the 80s show.
Yep.
They are the ones who help rally the troops in the finale. They gather everyone Lino's helped. And I know you love that scene. We gathered everyone who cared to help you in return.
It's just one fish man.
That's all you got? Oh no, he was just the only one who didn't want to ride in the bag. No, they summoned like the real army out of the magic bag, and yeah, now they're ready.
Right.
Help save the day. And yeah, they help save the city from falling out of the sky in the finale, proving themselves. Though, at the end we see Wily Kit has grown a lot closer to Lino.
Right, this was also back when Lino died, when she was drawing the thing so
and
he
she's
could
like
find
holding
the way
out
back.
faith. She's holding out faith that he's gonna come back, leaving signals for him.
It's nice, but it kind of feels out of nowhere.
Right, so Wolf, there was a rumor here that
That's she and Lino.
Yes. That Wily Kit and Lino were going to be the endgame couple by the end of the series. And it is very polarizing amongst fans. Like,
I mean, to be fair, he's what, like 18 and she's maybe 10?
Right, maybe younger based on how she looks.
Yeah.
So, don't worry, the writers did have a loophole for this. There was going to be a time skip, and Lino wasn't going to age, but Wily Kit and Cat were going to. And Wily Kit would be, of course, legal age. And yeah, it's kind of weird, especially because this is somebody you knew since they were a child.
Right.
It's like, I thought they were fine as kind of a brother and sister kind of relationship. Some people said there was also rumor that Pumaira was supposed to be redeemed in the finale. She would become good and officially hook up with Lino once he, like, saved her. Like, she wasn't really evil wolf. She was mind-controlled by Mum-Ra.
Look, maybe as a cat, he would just get a harem.
Right. It's like, I don't know. I would have been open to Lino moving on with somebody else completely. But no, it was going to be with Wily Kit. That was, like, one of the planned endgame relationships.
So I'm going to be weird. Honestly, I'm not that weird about it.
Really?
The only problem, again, is just that it feels like there wasn't enough in the actual series for it. So season 2 would have had to do a lot of heavy lifting.
There needed to be a moment where we see them connect.
Yeah.
Like, that was the problem. We need to see Wily Kid and Lino growing closer to explain why she has such huge faith in him.
Right.
But we see Wily Kid is, of course, the girl there who's giving him support, telling him you are worthy, you inspired all these races to come together, a feat people thought was impossible. And she's the one who, like, gives him back his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wily Kid. I do like her a lot more than Kat, because Kit feels like she was getting more character.
Definitely.
Kat was definitely funny. Apparently there was also supposed to be a story where the two siblings would break apart, go their separate ways.
Course.
Like,
that always happens in things
right,
with siblings.
Always. There was going to be a moment where they found Eldara, but Wily Cat wanted to stay in the Gold City. Wily Kit wanted to go back and help their friends. That she didn't want to give up helping the ThunderCats defeat Mum-Ra.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to cause the siblings to split apart and not reunite until the finale arc.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought that was been very interesting.
Oh, definitely.
And at one point, Kit even considered leaving the ThunderCats to live with the elephant people.
Yeah.
That one did make sense. Because she actually loves the elephants, loves that they brought peace and harmony.
Right.
But it would have been interesting to see this develop come the future seasons. But from what we got with them, honestly, I think they were huge fan favorite characters. I really love them. Where do you want to rank them?
I also really love them.
Going up on love?
I think so.
Who will they go
unfortunately,
between then?
honestly, I think at the bottom.
Really? Okay.
Just because, again, not a whole lot.
They were the comic relief, so yeah, that made sense.
They also had their own little mini arc with Tookit.
Yeah, I remember that, where Tookit takes advantage of them. He, like, stole their stuff.
Right.
Somehow they didn't detect that until he was gone.
Right.
So Tookit is too good. Remember, he's that Sly Cooper thief.
Right.
That's basically what he is.
With his clairvoyance. Or
Kleptovoyance.
Yeah.
He steals stuff, but he doesn't know why. Something in his head just tells him he might need it someday.
Right. And they're really cute with that idea.
They use, like, his, Final Destination tricks to get what he wants.
Yeah. It's crazy sometimes.
It was like a lighthearted arc until the final episode where it's revealed, oh, he's actually taken children to use as his minions.
Right. He's turned them into criminals, and oh no, suddenly they have nowhere else to turn to.
Right, he's supposed to be a lovable scoundrel, but I think he was kind of evil for this.
Honestly, he's like in what is it? In Pinocchio, with the fox.
Oh, yeah, the fox and the cat.
Yes.
And the coachman guy.
He's very much like that.
So it's kind of like a throwback to those old school fairy tales.
Yeah.
Where, like, beware of strangers, he may seem nice, but he has, like, ulterior motives.
Exactly.
Right, he does get his comeuppance, but it's hinted that he was going to become their arch enemy coming to the second season.
Because he can get out because of that pin he took from the first act.
Right, he kept on to it, and now they reveal in the twist, oh, he's going to use it to pick a lock and escape from the dog pit.
Right, and get his magic bag back.
Right.
Because that was their upgrade.
They stole the magic bag where you have to say the magic words, Runkenbass. That was funny. A throwback to their animation company. Sorry, my sister is missing this. She's on a plane ride back home. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we'll leave it up once we're done recording. Thankfully, no ads have played. I've realized nobody's complaining about that. It would look cool if we saw classic Lino or 2011 reboot fight Red Wild Forest Ranger Cole. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good death battle, honestly.
I guess.
They're the lines. Okay, so Wily Kid and Wily Cat, I think they're S-tier characters.
So do I. I really enjoy them.
Me too. They're funny, they're charming. They actually get some well-rounded character developments. I do wish they got a lot more, which is why they're going on low S-tier. But from what we got, I was not disappointed. These two were a ball of fun.
Yeah.
Going on love. Alright, next, we should probably bump off one of our last villain generals, the Vulture Man, and this
Voltaire.
Voltaire. All right, Wolf. This guy I really like, so I am a bit biased. I loved him on the 80s cartoon. He was basically the insufferable genius inventor.
Of course.
Created a lot of stuff that helped the mutants in their fight against the ThunderCats. Here he gets reinvented into a corrupt politician.
And honestly, I like that so much.
I like it too. So, in the finale, the ThunderCats go to the Bird Village, and this guy is the leader. I did not expect to see this character in the show for the longest time.
Because it had been so long without him, yeah.
Right, we spent so much time without him, and he was a part of the main villain team in the 80s show. I thought they were just going to ignore him. Nope, he finally shows up in the two-part finale. He is the prefect slash president of the entire bird town. Cloud City. It's basically Cloud City.
Yeah, unironically.
A city up in the sky. They look down upon people, and basically this guy is kind of an ass. He's pompous. He's insufferable. He's very racist towards the cats.
Right.
The birds look down upon the lesser species, very much the embodiment of their ego and racism. At first, he starts out as a morally gray, I would say, anti-villain. He is kind of threatening and menacing towards them, but it's more so out of business.
Right.
He's a pragmatic villain.
Exactly. He's doing this to protect his people, not just because he's evil.
Right. The ThunderCats show up, and to his credit, he does treat them like proper guests, ask them what they want. It turns out they need the Tech Stone, and this is the part that pisses me off. At no point does he ever say, we can't just give you the Tech Stone because it keeps our city alive.
Right, there's no explanation. It's just a hard no and nothing else.
Right, he just acts condescending towards him, acts like they're not serious, basically condescendingly talking down to them until Tigra challenges him to a battle.
Right, where he cheats first by shooting a missile to blind him.
Right.
And then gets pissy when Tigra bumps him at the end.
Right, Tigra cheats back and wins fairly, but no, this deal is null and void. You forfeit. We didn't lose. Yeah, basically throwing a fit.
They're way too prideful.
Right, they are. It gets to the point where Pumira basically takes him hostage. I did love
Yeah,
this.
because Lino's not gonna do it.
Yeah, admittedly he did kind of deserve this for all his ass moments. But yeah, he gets jumped by Pumira and forced to unlock the key, and he finally tells them the truth. This stone is basically keeping our city afloat. It runs every piece of technology on Cloud City.
Right, and if you take it from us, you're dooming us to death, basically.
Right, we will die. Our city will drop out of the sky faster than a rock.
Right, and there will be too many other predator species that will jump on them.
Right, and Pumira takes all the villain options available. She tries to steal it. She gets zapped by the security system, which he conveniently forgot to deactivate.
Right.
And now the cats look like full-blown terrorists.
Yep.
Right, he tries to have them executed, throwing them out in like the trash bin of the Sky City, but decides not to because Mumra is right at their front door. He's coming and he decides, okay, I'll keep you alive because I do need some soldiers.
Right.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. He does directly quote that.
Yeah.
They fight in a war together and basically completely betrays his species because he's impressed by Mumra's power.
Yeah.
It's like he starts losing, realizes how outclassed they are. I don't understand. We ran the simulation successfully so many times.
We ran the easiest formation to shoot down.
Right, he uses like old school flight formations, which just makes it easier for them to pick them off. He loses like half his battalion, and of course, the final nail in the coffin, the birds start listening to Tigra over him.
Yeah.
We're with you, Tiger One. It's like, no, I'm in charge. And he decides, yeah, he's gonna screw over the ThunderCats. He shoots down Tigra out of the sky.
Well, to be fair, the enemy of his enemy is his friend.
Right, he sides with Mumra, and I will say he has the funniest line in this two-parter. It's like, Voltaire, you betrayed us? What can I say? I'm a politician.
Right. They're too based.
Right, that is a funny joke. But yeah, basically, this is how Vulture Man teams up with the villains. And he was, I guess, gonna become exactly like his 80s counterpart, being one of their supporters, one of their generals. He is, to his credit, he is actually a very smart and clever guy. Just very much a know-it-all, a total douchebag genius. I do really like this character. I want to put him on to very good or love, but what about you, Wolf?
I could do love.
Really, love?
I could, yeah. For the 2 episodes he gets, they did him well.
Right, and I like that he wasn't initially a villain until all the stuff starts happening to him.
Exactly, and it's only him. It's none of the other vultures.
Right, none of the birds side with him or say, oh, we're gonna join Mumra. No, it is just him.
He doesn't even force or order them. I think he just tells them, like, stand down maybe at
Right,
best.
tells his people to stand down, but the birds, we don't see what they're doing off screen, but it's implied, no, they're gonna stick with the cats. They don't want their city to die. Voltaire, like, basically is now a disgrace to his people. The city fell out of the sky. The ThunderCats were the ones who saved them, proving that they were the good guys, and they were going to rebuild their city, but some groundwork would definitely help them mellow out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically deflate their egos, basically. And I really like this villain. I thought it was so entertaining.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of Arkham vs. Riddler that way.
Hey, diddle diddle, time for a riddle.
Right. This actor should play the Vulture again in Marvel Rivals. So cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Hope your sister's doing alright, Akira. But yeah, love this villain. For the 2 episodes he got, I thought it was very entertaining. It was like full of so much energy and depth, and really interesting to see that he abandoned his people entirely to join Mumra. Going on to very good. Alright, Wolf, got a lot of cats left.
Yep, so that's Snarf.
Yeah, let's do the last main teammate, Snarf. Or Snarf.
Purple Snarf.
Voiced by Pikachu.
Yeah.
I found out, yeah, Pikachu does the voice of Snarf because it's pretty easy when you only have one word to work with.
And she's also the voice of Lucy.
Right. This is Snarf, the ThunderCats' team pet. In the original, he was kind of like their butler. He helped them.
Right. He's also like Lino's friend or something.
Kind of his babysitter.
Okay,
That's what his job was officially. He looked after Lino, helped him, raised him when the parents were too busy. Kind of became an unofficial team member of the ThunderCats as the show went on. Here, they mercifully took away Snarf's ability to talk, and that made him so much more tolerable.
Yeah, now he's just Lino's pet.
Right, he's like kind of like Scooby-Doo. He's the team pet, the adorable little critter who helps them out. Occasionally has a lot of funny moments. I like when he falls off the mega horn and into the river below. Remember that?
Yeah.
Snarf doesn't really have too much character, but believe it or not, Wolf, there was going to be a backstory for him. It was revealed that Snarf was originally created as a super weapon by the ThunderCats. That there was going to be like a whole Snarf species. He was a prototype, but he couldn't evolve beyond his like feral form. It turns out they were like making him the ultimate life form, and Snarf had the ability to never die. This was supposed to be like explain like why he always gets hurt or suffers slapstick,
okay,
and how he comes out completely unscathed. He can't die or get hurt. It made him like super powerful, but they discontinued him because he wouldn't grow intelligent. Basically, during the battle over the final stone, Snarf was going to touch the stone by helping save it, but it gave him
sapience,
intelligence,
yeah.
and yeah, Snarf was going to eventually talk.
God. Some ideas are bangers, some are not.
Right, we were going to see Snarf gain the ability to finally evolve, and we would have talking Snarf in the future.
If they did, they would have had to do the annoying voice.
Right.
You know they would have.
Well, you know, what are you doing? Snarf, Snarf. I've seen way too many Robot Chicken parodies of this guy. Honestly, I thought that would have been interesting, seeing that Snarf was a bioweapon of some sort.
Yeah.
But leading into him finally talking, I kind of preferred him, honestly, when he was silent, because he wasn't as annoying or irritating. What about you, Wolf?
I kind of did at times.
Right, you found him annoying?
And yeah.
Because, again...
And there's a lot of times where he just kind of steals screen time for no payoff.
Especially in the finale. He got stuck in a pipe, and he accidentally saves Panthro from Kanar.
Well, I mean, that's the only time it's good, honestly.
It was useful. And when the Thunder Kittens usually, troll him, there was that moment where they got lost in the woods to have a Scooby-Doo fake out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that one's also fine, but... The problem is, as a pet, he's very limited in what he can
Right, can't do too much with this character because he's not sapient.
Right. They kind of shot themselves in the foot with it.
Right.
But at the same time, thank God they didn't talk.
Right, I'm so glad he didn't talk. That made me tolerate him a lot more.
Yeah.
I might put him on good or whatever.
I think whatever, honestly.
Really? What about him gaining his talking?
Well, that didn't happen is the thing.
Right, Snarf is whatever.
Of what we do have, yeah, he's fine. He's there.
But I went on record that we love him more than his 80s version.
Oh, yeah.
They made him tolerable. Too bad he wasn't as good as Orko. Imagine if I said my name every time I made a sentence. Orko, 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 Orko. Speak English, you halfwit. Remember that Robot
Yeah.
Chicken? Okay, so sorry, Snarf fans. He's going on to whatever. Just didn't give us enough to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Making sure I can hear us and there's no ad playing. Alright, very good. Alright, next we got a bunch of side characters for the rest of this wolf. Let's knock off Linkso. This is the blind one.
I could not put a name to him when I first saw him.
Linkso.
I'm honestly surprised he's on here over some of the other characters that could have been.
Right.
Like the head elephant.
Nope, we got Linkso because he was an official character back on the 80s show. So, Wolf, you might not remember, in the 80s show, they introduced new heroes and
he was
villains
part of the
to spice things
trio
up.
that was like found or something.
Right. Linkso, Bengali, and Pumaira. They were the new characters back then. And Linkso has a cameo in the start of the series.
He dies.
Right. He actually was going to be revealed alive and become a new team member in the second season. It turns out Linkso survived the fall of Thundera. He got like a 5-second cameo where he uses his hyper daredevil senses to sniff out the enemy. Like he could smell the lizards coming.
Right.
Inform the king. I believe Kevin Michael Richardson voiced him for like the 2 lines he had.
Right.
But he was going to be revealed to be alive and come back in the second season as a new team member. Linkso was pretty much considered to be a great general. He was promoted before Groon.
Exactly. He was chosen over Gruner Panthro.
Right.
Because they had to find the Book of Omens.
Right. In the original show, he was kind of a blind warrior. He was a solid tactician and a brilliant mind despite losing his eyesight.
Yeah.
In the original, they showed us how he lost his eyesight, and here he's already blind, which kind of takes away having an interesting backstory for him.
I mean, they probably would have given him one.
They probably would have, I know. We find out Linkso was actually behind the genocide of the lizard species. That was going to be his big plot twist.
Okay.
Linkso helps the ThunderCats, but he also committed dirty deeds for the king on his behalf. He did like all the dirty jobs, all the harsher tasks, including neutralizing the lizard species, and he was going to become General Sly's arch nemesis because he was the one who caused them to go endangered in the first place.
Right.
Linkso would be revealed to be kind of a darker character, that he would do all the evil stuff the ThunderCats were too afraid to do. Over time, kind of making him borderline villainous at times, and it was going to culminate in him fighting General Slythe, where Slythe was supposed to allegedly kill him. And this, again, would have been pretty interesting backstory, seeing how he was supposed to represent the bad of their history.
Yeah.
He was the bad of Thundera. And honestly, it's kind of weird seeing that both Linkso and Pumaira were kind of reinvented as villains in this era. Especially because they were actually kind of beloved heroes on the 80s show.
Not anymore.
Right. But yeah, this is all what if. As is, he's kind of just a cameo,
Exactly.
but where do you want to put him?
Whatever, under Snarf.
Right, sadly. Sorry, Linkso
There's just
fans.
nothing.
Well, you don't like the 2 seconds he appeared?
Yeah, before he gets the thing launched at him, no.
Right. Would have been interesting to see him as a darker, token evil teammate of the ThunderCats,
Right.
but unfortunately it didn't happen. Sorry, fans, going on whatever. Alright, next let's bump off King Claudus, played by the OG Lion-O, Larry O'Kenny. And yeah, this guy is basically Lion-O as an adult, but also very flawed. King Claudus is the good king of Thundera, but we find out it's kind of biased. Yeah, this guy gets a lot to do in the pilot, basically, because it's a passing of the torch.
Right.
King Claudus is voiced by the old 80s Lion-O, basically teaching his son how to become a great king like he is. And to his credit, he does have his good moments. He is badass. He does eventually listen to his son to show the lizards compassion, but then when they're invaded by lizards, he blames Lion-O. It's like, see, this is what happens when you show compassion to your enemy. They take advantage of you. And it turns out, no, this wasn't even Lion-O, it was Groon all along.
Yeah.
Because Groon brought a Trojan horse, and they were always going to invade no matter what he did. We see, basically, this guy is a flawed king. Everybody looks up to him, but we find out there's a racist caste system, a bunch of elitist snobs, only the lions can rule. The cats look down upon the other species. They apparently took the best crops away from the lizards, and yeah, remember they said that in the beginning? They
That's
became
right.
scavengers because
Yeah.
they took the best crops, and we find out he and Linkso were up to some shady stuff in the second season.
Right.
But we do see he was a caring dad. He did love Lion-O after all. He did prefer Tigra, is kind of an ass up until his death, and I will give him credit. He was a pretty badass king in the start.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
slaying all those lizards. This is what true power looks like, Groon. And he's, like, slaying all the lizards, trying to save Panthro. Unfortunately, he dies, because of course he does. They try to set him up as a big character. He saves Panthro, but haha, Panthro is Mumra all along, who backstabs him.
And his fucking mane takes up most of that frame.
It's probably to cover up the blood.
Right.
But yeah, he's killed, thrown off like the tall Coliseum,
Into
almost
the water.
drowns. Right. They save him, and he tells his sons he's always been proud of them. I do kind of joke he geared that towards Tigra more than Lion, though. But yeah, he died, and from what we see of him, it's all through flashbacks as the series moves on.
Right, we get posthumous character development.
Right, see that he did care about Lino. He did also scold Tigra from time to time. We see in, like, the Astral story that Tigra took responsibility for hurting Lino, causing him to fall down the pit. Claudius...
Back when it was voiced by Ben 10.
Right, Claudius did save Lino, showing he did care about him. He took Tigra in, raised him as his own, but he still chose Lino to be the king because by bloodline rules he had to.
Right.
Yeah, basically gave him a lot of great posthumous character development. It did make me like him a bit more, but where do you think he lines up on this tier list?
God, that is a tough one.
Right, I might say good. That's like one of the higher ones for me.
I honestly was thinking very good.
Really? I can put him up there. I'll put him under the Voltaire.
Yeah, because I think we do get a lot of good from him, honestly.
Right, we see him that he's not perfect.
Exactly. He's a king, but he's doing what he has to for his people, no matter how dark that may be.
Some choices are bad, and he is kind of blinded by his disappointment in Lino up until he dies and realizes that Lino is a good son.
Right, and he's also kind of foolish in that he believes that the system in place will always remain, and that's why when the lizards come back with tech, he gets blindsided by that.
He can't process that technology is real, that species are adapting.
Yep.
And like he thought the old ways would last forever, which kind of led to his downfall, honestly.
Right, which is another, it's a good lesson for Lion-O as well.
So Lynxo's a lynx. Yeah, he is.
How could you tell?
They're all their species names, okay? Well, Lion-O, Chitara, Tigra, Panthero.
Wily, Kit, and Ken.
You're right, they're wildcats.
Snarf.
Right. I thought King Claudius actually grew as a character, posthumously, actually.
Yeah, exactly. We had to see some good to him.
Right. We
like
see
how he took in Tigra.
Yeah, basically he grew into an ass as time went on, which is why he fell. Definitely an interesting take on a fallen king. I'm going to put him on a very good, then. I'll agree with you there, Wolf.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's S tier. Alright, next we'll bump off Jaga, played by your favorite Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Count Dooku himself.
How'd they get him on this show?
I know, right?
Here's Jaga, and honestly he got a huge badass upgrade for this series. He was already cool in the main show, but now he's like kind of Obi-Wan in the series.
Right, he's basically the Merlin figure.
Right, he's the mentor, he's the wise parent. Honestly, I think he's a better dad than King Claudius was for Lion-O.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, this is Jaga. He was a warrior mage. He's like the high priest of Thundera, trusted with a lot of political tasks and a lot of serious security.
Right.
He's a royal advisor to the king. Really huge deal.
Apparently, he also sealed the Sword of Plundar.
Right, we see young Jaga. He beat the evil guy Ratilla the Hun.
Right.
Sealed the Sword of Plundar in the depths of the swamp, placed like a curse over it to make sure nobody ever gets it ever again. Really smart there.
Yeah.
And I think this guy is easily on love. This guy was pretty awesome. Loved him. He was awesome. Should I put him above Mumra or below?
I think below.
Okay. I do like him more than Panthro, though, because
that's very fair.
Yeah, this guy, wise sage warrior. Jaga gets a little more to do, ironically, after he dies.
Right.
So this was, of course, a callback to the 80s show where Jaga became a Force ghost in the original show. He would give them mentoring advice from beyond the grave, show up occasionally in dire times when the ThunderCats need advice, and he kind of fulfills that same role here, but in a more kind of old-fashioned folklore sense.
Right. There's also a time where he was actually helping evil.
Right.
Because he was forced to by Mumra in order to find the Book of Omens.
Right, he's trapped in like a spirit lamp forced to guide them.
Although his tongue isn't.
Right. I honestly thought this guy actually died in the pilot. That's what they made it seem like.
Right.
Like, Jaga basically helps them. He leads the clerics. They all have super speed, including Jaga in this version, which he did not in the original. But yeah, they all have like the flash speed. They all eventually lose. Jaga and Chitara are the last of the clerics until Jaga heroically sacrifices himself to pass the Sword of Omens on to Lion-O.
Yep, yeah, because he gets shot in the back as they're leaving.
And he can't come with them because it'll only slow them down.
Yeah,
This
so
made me
just
so
stop
sad
them
because I
like
thought they
the
could have
dogs.
saved him.
Probably.
Yeah, I would have done anything to save Jaga.
Especially if Chitara can run that fast.
I know, she can't like hold him up or lift him. No.
No, now you have to lose another one because you're too slow.
Has his "you shall not pass" moment where
Right.
we believe he died here because the place blows up and caves in on them. He saves the main Thundercat trio. They get out. Then we find out he's actually alive. He's being tortured by Mum-Ra, needs to find the Book of Omens, and as Wolf said, he puts his soul inside this lamp that guides him. They have their first ever fight with Mum-Ra on the Tower of Omens, and Jaga sacrifices himself by turning into like blinding light to scare Mum-Ra away.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this was the true and final end to Jaga, unless the Thundercats would have near-death experiences.
Right, then he's in the Book of Omens.
Right, his soul became one with the book, and he'll always be there if you need me, like his soul is still watching over them kind of stuff.
Right.
He doesn't talk with them again until Lion-O dies and ends up undergoing the trials to gain a second chance at life. And I do really like him. He's really wise,
Yeah.
very friendly, honestly a better father figure than Claudius was for Lion-O. Actually listened to them, gave them basically hints and clues on how to help them resolve their journey. This guy was actually very nice, really cool. Kind of like Obi-Wan and Merlin type of figure. That's what made me really enjoy him a lot. Love the voice acting behind him too. And his redesign honestly made him look a lot more badass than he did in the 80s show. They gave him like a much longer Gandalf beard.
Right.
Yeah, Jaga basically gives them spirit advice and shows up as a Force ghost from time to time. I believe there was going to be a point where they would have him show up in the purgatory world again, helping them fight Groon.
Probably.
And it was like going to be the closest we get to seeing a more experienced Lion-O teaming up with Jaga in their only fight together. And yeah, it was supposed to be like a final goodbye to the character, and they would help slay Groon together as a spirit monster.
Okay.
Would have loved to see that, but you like Jaga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put him on to love. I think he's an S tier character for sure.
Yep.
It's a shame we didn't get a Lego ThunderCats 2011. Fun fact, Jim Carrey is going to be in the live-action Jetsons.
Of course there is.
Right. Jim Carrey is going to play George Jetson.
I mean, it was a comedy.
I know, but also isn't he kind of like too old for it? He's playing like Dr. Robotnik on Sonic. So, yeah.
That's right, I forgot.
Also, R.I.P. Tommy Datamore, steel guitar of fame. Don't know who that is. You do, Wolf?
Nope. Don't know Tommy Datamore.
Tommy Datamore, steel.
Nope.
All right. Jaga, he's awesome. Going on to love. All right, almost at the end, Wolf. Let's do his ancestor, Leo. So,
I'm surprised these two made the list.
Yeah, kind of cheating here. These are also posthumous characters, and for the first episode with him, Leo is actually just Lion-O inside his body.
Right.
Leo and Panthera were the original ThunderCats. They rebelled against Mum-Ra. They used to serve Mum-Ra under his leadership. Leo was his trusted right-hand man, and Panthera had a high-ranking position. They helped Mum-Ra on his conquest, conquering galaxies.
Because they were slaves.
Destroying a lot, but yeah, they were basically slaves, and it isn't until Mum-Ra annihilates an entire living universe that they realize, maybe our boss is crazy. Yeah,
right.
They take the fragments of the sword he built to make their own to rebel against him. They realize Mum-Ra is not the benevolent hero they looked up to. He is actually a bloodthirsty psychopath who wants to kill and conquer everything. And it leads to them being the first to rebel against him. That's kind of their basic story.
Yeah.
In the first episode, it's just Lion-O is him.
Right, Panthera is already with the rebellion.
Right, Panthera, played by Cree Summer, using her, her sexy voice as always. I do love that she kind of looks like Crystal from Star Fox.
Right.
That was my first thought when I saw this episode. That's just Crystal from Star Fox. She's, I guess, Leo's girlfriend/wife.
I mean, she does kiss him many times.
Right. It's implied that they're going to hook up and start basically the Thundera Kingdom. And Yeah, this made me ask, does this mean Lino and Panthero are related?
I mean, by that logic, everyone on Earth is related.
Right. Leo is giving it to everyone. Alright. Okay, so, Wolf, I do want to bring this up. There was going to be... one of the writers said there was a back and forth on this idea explaining how the animal society and kingdom came to be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There was going to be a backstory. Try and follow me on this. Mum-Ra was actually the last human.
Huh.
And he left to conquer galaxies to repopulate his kind. He tried to genetically engineer humanity back to life by splicing his blood with animal DNA, and it created the half-human, half-animals hybrids we see throughout the series. That Mum-Ra tried to create new life, but realized they were not the same humans he was accustomed to, so he made them his minions and slaves. And Mum-Ra is trying to reconquer the world to bring Earth back. And the reason they're called Third Earth is because...
It's his third attempt?
Yes.
I feel like that is too crazy.
Right.
Honestly.
Honestly, also kind of makes Mum-Ra a lot more tragic in hindsight.
Right, now I kind of want to root for him.
Yeah, he wants to save humanity, made this new race instead, but he deemed them rejects, and it's why he mistreats them, and always says, oh, you may get your own planet, under my supervision, of course, because they're always subhuman to him.
Anyways, let me trust these 4 Satans.
Right. It's honestly so crazy. I wonder, would this idea ever go through, and how would, like, the fans react to it? Basically, the original idea was this is why Panthera found out the truth and why she didn't like Mum-Ra, because they were just nothing but minions to him, and they wanted to rule their own destiny, make their own life choices.
I'm definitely glad we didn't get that then.
Right.
And that it's just that, oh wait, she saw him as how he is, a truly evil monster.
Right, I prefer that a bit more. That,
right.
Yeah, Mum-Ra's just Hitler in space, basically. Yeah, Mum-Ra is trying to start it over, but the moral was he ironically lost his humanity. It's why he's a bad king, whereas Lino has compassion and he became a good king. You're right. Basically make him kind of a dark foil to the ThunderCats, because they both lost their races.
Yeah.
Right? Would you have liked that
I think it's too crazy.
Right. Yeah, Jason Marsden played Leo in his second appearance.
Right, it's so weird hearing that voice.
I know, I like Jason Marsden, but I thought they'd just get Will Friedle to voice him anyway.
Right, just do a kind of different voice, but no, it's a completely different actor for some reason.
Right, the best man at his wedding was his best friend and former Boy Meets World star.
Oh, wow.
That's right, yeah, Will Friedle and Jason were on the same show together.
Nice.
Apparently they're like best friends in real life.
That's cool.
But where do you want to rank Leo and Panthera?
I think they're whatever characters.
Really?
I
know Leo is technically just Lino in the past.
Right.
That Panthera was good.
I can put her to good, yeah.
Alright, put her low good.
They're just in a weird spot where they can't give them much.
Right, they're basically the ancestors to our main characters.
Exactly.
They were there in Forged History. They played an important role because they took down Mum-Ra and saved all the abused species.
Exactly.
Leading to, like, the start of the series, but that's it. They're kind of like myth characters. They're lore characters.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with them because now it's been like 10,000 years.
Right.
Alright, Panthera going on good, and Leo going on whatever. But let's end this on a high note with, ironically, your favorite character.
Yep, Pumira, played by Bobby Hill herself.
Pamela Adlon, playing Pumira. Pumira was an interesting character. I did love that they had a new ThunderCat enter the cast.
Yeah.
She honestly shows up a lot later than I thought she did. Because, like, the next half, she shows up in season 2, or...
Right, in the dog, with the dogs.
Yeah, the dog
she's
arc.
in the pit.
She's in the pit. Pumira is actually a noble warrior who served for Thundera. Up until they were invaded, she actually died, but we find out she survived. And apparently she was put in the pit as a slave fighting for show. The cats are now an endangered species. We find out the race wasn't entirely genocided.
Right, there's some that are slaves, some by the rats.
And some are in this pit, like her.
Right.
Pumira is fighting for her freedom. If she gets 100 victories, she's set free. Pumira has completely turned her back on the ThunderCat way, and especially her king, Lino. Lino wants to save her because she's one of us. Lino still cares and is compassionate towards her, but she is very much jaded, very
Justin
pissed
hates
off,
him
very
from
bitter.
the word go.
Right, hates Lino, considers him a complete traitor, which is ironic given the twist coming up.
Right.
But yeah, he fights Pumaira, but he won't hurt her. He doesn't want to kill her. He would never lay a paw on a fellow cat. And this gains Pumaira's trust. And throughout her arc, it's basically her becoming adjusted to the ThunderCats team.
Right, she has to soften some of her edges.
Right, she's a defrosting ice queen. She becomes nicer, she learns more about them, and falls in love with Lino. Yeah, Pumaira is his second love interest.
Because Lionel's gotta move on after Chitara got taken.
Right, and she comes off at just as strong as Chitara does.
Yeah.
Is that like a thing with the cat girls? They're like all over you if they want to drop hints. Yeah.
Who knows?
Basically, she starts to fall for Lino. He shows that his way does have merit to it, shows that he is a capable king. They save their people from the rats. He finally, clears his name, shows he did care about them. He did not turn his back on them all along. He starts to build trust with Pumaira. Pumaira starts to build trust with him. They start to understand more about each other. I know, Wolf, you don't like this episode, but the love potion episode does also have her falling for him much closer.
Right.
She sees that he's willing to die to save her life, and she actually kisses him at this point.
Yeah.
Confirming that, yeah, she does have feelings for him.
Right.
Which is supposed to make the big twist hurt come the finale.
Right, where she starts to push Lino to do evil much more often.
Right.
Because it's for the sake of stopping Mumra.
They go to the bird village, Cloud City, and Pumaira, completely abrasive and confrontational throughout all this. She's demanding they take the stone, being rude towards the bird host, basically.
Holding Voltaire hostage to let them in.
Right, and
bum rushing the stone before getting shocked.
It's also all over Lino during this part. We have to take it. Orders, Your Majesty, rubbing herself on him.
That's another thing. She always tries to appeal to his authority.
Right, trying to make it seem like she loves him, and it makes it kind of sadder that all the cats actually ship them together. We see they're actually giving Lino credit, saying, oh, you like her, and even his brother and Chitara are kind of supporting them together.
Yeah.
Which makes the twist hurt all the more. When Mumra invades, we get our big reveal.
After he shocks her again.
Right, again. Pumaira is a traitor. She's a mole planted by Mumra to spy on the ThunderCats. Throughout the second half, they keep asking, how did Mumra's forces get here before us, or how did they find us so quickly? It turns out Pumaira is actually a spy for Mumra all along, planted within the ThunderCats to betray them at the right moment. And I do kind of have some questions regarding this.
Why was she enslaved by the rats and then taken to the pit?
Right. She was in a pit. What if they didn't show up?
Right.
Was she supposed to fight for her 100 victories in the pits?
I guess.
And how much of this was actually planned? Because I will give them some credit. We do get hints that Pumaira might have been a spy all along. Again, they bring up how do Mumra's forces keep finding us?
Right.
When he's hunting them down in the T-Rex form, he somehow finds them, hinting that Pumaira is actually telling him, sending messages to him somehow.
And don't forget, also in the rat one, when she and Lino are in the mines, she runs off with the sword of Plundar to lose them, but then gets immediately captured.
Right, she's already captured, tied up, hinting that, yeah, she might have played a part in this. And basically, Mumra reveals that Pumaira was working with him because he brought her back to life. Pumaira did die that day.
Right, but she wanted revenge.
Right, wanted revenge against Lino instead of the actual guy who killed them all. Basically, she made a deal with the devil. Mumra found her because of her rage, her hatred, and feelings of betrayal were so strong that he could manifest her back to life in a new form. But she would owe her soul to him. Pumaira apparently took him up on that deal because she wanted to get back at Lionel. So yeah, and also they're possibly a couple.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Really gross, but yeah, she and Mumra might be banging.
Right. As far as I know, it's the kiss of the hand, but that's...
And he strokes her face sensually with his creepy claws.
It's very weird.
You see, Lino, Pumaira is my beloved. She's been with me all along.
Craziest NTR ever.
Right. That's the worst. Your girlfriend's banging your archenemy.
Who's also teamed up with the 4 Satans.
Right, this creepy, decrepit monster is taking your girlfriend.
God.
But yeah, Pumaira betrays them at Cloud City, and they have their epic fight where Pumaira reveals that she's a traitor. But, as we said, the wily kids show up with the entire army of all the people who love and respect Lino.
Yep.
All the species come together. Pumaira does get her comeuppance. Bro Bear Bill runs her over for the face.
They kind of just get squashed by them.
Right, there's too many of them, forcing Mumra and Pumaira to retreat, and Pumaira is going to come back as a villain serving Mumra come the next season. So, again, Wolf got some backstory that's pretty interesting here. What were they going to do with Pumaira? Well, apparently there were two ideas on how they were going to finish her arc.
Well, so I know one you've brought up, which was the redemption angle.
Right, she was going to be redeemed. It turns out Pumaira was mind-controlled by Mumra as a puppet.
Stupid as fuck.
That it was not her. She was doing this against her will, and Lino would use the stones to try and break his control over her. She would be freed and fall in love with Lino for real. That was the cop-out ending. Another one was a darker ending.
What, she just dies? They kill her?
She does, but she undergoes kind of a villain rise and villain fall type of arc. Pumaira is going to become one of Mumra's, enforcer generals, another of his council. She would grow a bit power-hungry and consider betraying Mumra.
That's impressive.
Yeah, she would grow so evil that she was beyond his control.
Why are both cat villains so willing to betray him?
The cats are ambitious.
Apparently, yeah.
Hey, Cat and Wolf, how you doing? Hi, Saga, you made it.
Yeah, for the last character.
Just watched Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon for its 10th anniversary today.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. We saw that one.
Yeah.
With the Mist. And The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I remember we thought that was the John Cena one at first.
Yep. But it wasn't.
Right, it wasn't. And tomorrow is the 25th anniversary of Osmosis Jones. I don't think Wolf's ever said that.
I think I've seen the movie.
Right, the movie is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Would Wolf ever do a Madoka Magica tier list?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I need to see one first, because there's not a whole lot of characters, but if we're gonna throw Magia Record into that, that's gonna change a lot.
Right.
Which means I'll have to play through all the story, or I'll have to watch the stories again.
Kira still wants me to talk about the Scooby-Doo crossovers. That's coming, Akira. Just gotta finish the show.
Yep.
Okay, so Pumaira is going to become a bit power-hungry and slowly turn into a Starscream villain towards Mumra. Basically, Lino and Tigra were going to have a fight over if Pumaira could be redeemed or not. Lino still hopes he could save her, thinks that even though she's an enemy, he doesn't want to kill her. Tigra would declare that she's too far gone, she's a traitor, she's no better than Groon. Pumaira at one point was going to try to steal a stone from Mumra. However, it would end up horribly mutating her into a giant cat insect monster. She was going to become this monstrous beast, kind of similar to how Groon was supposed to be, from interacting with this stone, which is only the worthy can touch it. Okay. Only people can handle its power. And it corrupted Groon, and it corrupted Pumaira. Pumaira become this giant insect monster. She would actually lose her mind, kind of becoming feral, and Lino would try to wrangle her in, but Tigra would kill her. Tigra was going to point-blank kill her, declaring that she was too far gone, and this would lead to a falling out between Tigra and Lino once again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was going to be the dark ending for Pumaira's story.
Yeah, definitely like that one better than Mind Control.
Right. Those are basically the two plots and outlines they had. They were going back and
forth. One's awful and the other's just kind of crazy.
Well, you don't want Pumaira to be redeemed and fall in love with Lina.
I do, but not in the way that, oh yeah, she was mind controlled, so everything she did was out of her power. Right. That's just a cop-out.
It kind of is. The dark ending, I would have been interested in seeing also. It sounds really gruesome and interesting.
Right. Especially because I'm pretty sure Tiger wouldn't just kill her point blank, but it'd probably be more like he had to kill her to save Lionel kind of deal.
Right, and it sounds like there was going to be a lot of body horror involved because,
with her and Groon.
Right, this stone could only be touched by people who were worthy of it, so people who were either entirely good like Lionel or powerful like Mumra could touch it, but regular beings like Groon and Pumaira, no, they got horribly screwed up, got their DNA scrambled and turned into monsters.
His molecules got rearranged.
Yep, exactly. But that was a what if. For what she is, honestly, I kind of liked the twist for his character. I did grow attached to it because it's such a big WTF moment.
Definitely.
Where do you want to rank your girl, Pumaira?
I think love, honestly.
Really? Where do you want to put her?
Honestly, under Tigra as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do think Tigra is better than her.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because, of course, we get a lot more with him because he stayed with us from the first episode.
It's kind of funny because fans considered her 80s counterpart the most boring of the ThunderCats, and they made her the most interesting by making her a villainess.
Right.
It's so crazy. Like we did, yeah, it's done, Kira. We did ThunderCats. Yeah. Miraculous Season 7 in November.
Oh, jeez.
Boy.
Thanks, Thomas Astruck, for that present.
Right. But Pumaira, honestly, great reinvention of the character. So interesting and a rare case of, hero turned villain in an adaptation done very well.
Right.
Liked her a lot more than Hal Jordan becoming evil.
But it happened in the comic.
But honestly, I think they did give enough for what we had in this series.
Yes.
Her actually being in league with Mumra, backstabbing Lino. It turns out her romancing him was all just a part of the plan.
Right, there's so much details that you, look back on. It's like, oh, wow, this is what it's building up to. And others, how does that work?
Right, as long as you overlook the pit episode, a lot of stuff fell
and
in
also
line.
the rat episode.
Right, a lot of stuff did kind of make sense and make the twist actually hurt.
Right.
Made it work. It was a great villain reveal. And, yeah, kind of disappointed we didn't get to see villainous Pumaira come the next season.
Yeah.
But for what we got, going on Love, she was a great character.
Yep.
And your second favorite Pamela Adlon character?
Probably.
Behind Bobby.
Right.
That's my purse! I don't know you! I'm a Chitara fan too, Akira. I love Chitara. Prefer Chitara because she's the good girl, okay?
Yeah, that's why she's looking at Mumra.
Just like Pumaira. My sweet Pumaira. But we did it, Wolf. We completed the tier list.
To be
Got them
fair,
all
there
on
weren't
here.
that many characters. I thought there'd be a lot more of the secondary ones. Emirate deserved to be on here more than fucking Link, so.
I know. You want to see things screwed up? Look up Exo Squad. You ever heard of that one?
I haven't.
The name sounds familiar. Oh, it's going to be the Iron Giant's 27th anniversary soon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love the Genie crossover too, Akira. Just catch up on comments, Wolf.
Okay. What was it? Exo what?
Exo Squad.
Okay.
And we need a Chitara tier list. There's only 3 versions of her. Hoping Sydney Sweeney plays her in the live-action movie.
What about the Robot Chicken version?
Also, Bobby's voice actor voiced Rusty the Boy Robot from The Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robots. Pamela Adlon has actually been in quite a number of things.
Yeah, I know. She was in an episode of Monk.
Right. I just don't see her in a lot of cartoons.
Right.
I know she's on King of the Hill and ThunderCats.
She was on an episode of
What's New Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
as both her voices Pumaira and Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
She's honestly done a lot of live action stuff too, which kind of amazed me. I'm surprised she hasn't done more voice acting often. She's also your favorite, the Janes from the Cult.
Oh, that is
She's the lead one.
Right.
Yeah, she sounds like her.
I thought that's her Pumaira voice as well.
And yeah, need to do a Final Destination tier list. Got to see Bloodlines now. But yeah, that completes our tier list. I'll go over it one last time for any of you late birds, or for those of you who skip click all the way to the end to see the ranking in full. But Wolf, any teases for future projects?
Nope.
Okay. I got my Dark Side review up on Patreon. Go check that out. I might be doing one of our requested movie reviews. That's what I'm thinking on the table.
Movie?
Yeah, I might do a whole movie, Wolf.
Damn.
Yeah, thinking about doing a surprise. Don't want to give it away soon.
Hope you're all ready for a 5-hour video.
Yep. And we got tier lists coming up, because of course we do. I want to do the Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo movies, the guest stars one, the first one. I'm watching all of them. Wolf, did you want to join me on that?
Probably not.
We see most of them together.
I know, but eh.
And not interested.
I mean, maybe I'll fucking jump scare people. Who knows?
Yeah, show up like SPD tier
I'll
list.
come for Jonathan Winters, open my mouth for a bit.
Right.
Wait to speak.
Really funny.
Or like the Joker.
God damn it, Bobby.
Our boy ain't right.
We want to see the birthday girl and word girl. All right. I do want to do the Scooby-Doo movies. Talk about the first guest star show. I have not seen enough of Guess Who. But yeah, that one is definitely on the table. Might do another Power Rangers related tier list. Might ask Wolf if he wants to join me on any of them.
Depends.
Right, it'll depend. We can do the theme songs together. All you gotta do is hear them all. But yeah, that's most likely. Got some Halloween tier lists I'm planning. People want us to do the Clayface tier list, but I gotta wait till James Gunn's movie on him is out. Don't worry, Wolf, I won't force you to watch that with me. But yeah, got some Halloween tier lists, got some Ranger tier lists, and Scooby-Doo is the one I have on the main target right now. But those are all the teasers you'll get. Now, let me go over this one last time. I'll try and make it quick, Wolf.
I mean, there's not much.
Yeah, there's not anyone in hate. Really, no F-tier characters.
Nope.
None at all.
At least none on this list.
Right. Could have been if we got more of the side characters.
Although even then, I still don't think there might have been any.
What about the fish people?
Nah.
Okay.
No, they were enjoyable.
Alright. But in whatever, at rock bottom is Lynx, though, because tragically he just had a cameo.
Right.
Yeah, shocker. The guy that had the least screen time is the weakest character. Really would have been interesting to see where his character would have gone had he shown up, but yeah, from what we got, Lynx, though, is the lowest character. And Snarf, a real nothing character.
Right, he's the pet. He doesn't get to do much outside of comedy.
Scooby-Doo and Pikachu antics.
Yep.
Then Leo, our flashback character. He's basically Lino in his first appearance. Then he's basically there for a posthumous backstory.
Right, where we get to see why he turns to the rebellion.
Right, interesting stuff, but he didn't get to do too much. Then, also at good, right smack in the middle, his girlfriend, Panthera. Won some points because she's hot and looks like Crystal.
Right, and kind of does much more.
Really like her. I do think she's a pretty decent character. Unfortunately, she is limited being a posthumous character.
Right.
Then we have the three generals. Yep, all of them. Slythe, Atticus, and Kanar. Kanar gets the most points because he's the Joker. He's at least funny.
He's kind of funny.
Funny, entertaining, and really psychotic.
Very
He's a lot scarier. And the other two generals, basically a bunch of brutes they fight. They would have gotten more backstory come their next season, but for what they are, they're just passable. Then in A tier and very good, got King Claudius, who, Wolf, I was surprised you actually really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really grew to like him, huh?
Yep.
Seeing the king, but also a flawed parent. Very interesting character. And Voltaire, my favorite of the original villains. I thought he was done great justice
Very
in the finale.
entertaining for only getting 2 episodes.
Got a lot more character than the new guys. That was kind of shocked me. But yeah, he's very good. These two, pretty fun characters. And in S tier, we got pretty much most of the cast.
We have the entire ThunderCats.
Yeah, I got all the main ThunderCats. Yeah, there's Tigra, Panthro, Chitara, Lino, Wily Kit, and Wily Cat.
The mentor, Jaga.
Yeah, all of them are good. And top villains, Groon and Mumra. These two are awesome.
Right.
I thought they were the best
Pumaira.
villains. Yeah, your favorite, Pumaira. Wolf's favorite girl, Pumaira. My favorite girl, Chitara. Of course, they're S tier. We love sexy Catwoman on this channel, okay? But number one has to go to Lino, because of course he's the hero.
Right.
Gets all the character development, gets all the badass scenes, gets the most progress, and Will Friedle is just plain awesome. Easily the best character of ThunderCats 2011. Unfortunately, his successor would not be so lucky. Get fat, out of shape Lino in ThunderCats Roar. Yeah, Lino, best character, because of course he is. Weakest character, Lynxo, only by default, folks.
Yeah.
Just didn't get too much to do. But yep, that completes our tier list. Bye, I'm gonna be in the airport from Tennessee to Florida. Okay, see ya.
Have a safe flight.
Would you do a Wild Force episodes tier list, because that's the last of the Saban shows we haven't done yet? Would you be interested in doing Wild Force episodes?
I don't think so.
Nah, we watched them all.
I know we did.
You liked some.
Right. That one had the Time Force crossover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time Force crossover and Human Ranzik. It was fun climbing Caney Fork River Gorge as I risk doing parkour.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Pretty fun adventure. But yeah, we did the tier list, so gave you all your teases. Thank you all for joining us. I'm glad you like these tier lists. Glad we finally blocked those ads out. And glad we're going to get more to do in the future. So look forward to seeing us talk about our next tier list. But for now, I'll set you guys free and Wolf can finally go back to gaming.
Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Wolf?
I don't think so, honestly.
All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you for coming, folks. We'll leave this up on YouTube for any of you to watch. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, or tune in for more videos posted here on Wolf Entertainment. I'm your host, Catastrophe.
And I'm Wolf.
And we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
ThunderCats, ho!